This thing's live. Okay, good. This takes a while to catch up. Don't. My wife is threatening me. Hostile work environment. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're going for the 100% achievement hunt here. This is going to be insane. Mostly for the sheer amount of sleeping and cooking lunches I still have to do. But here we go. I gotta figure out how to share my screen on the Discord real quick. How do I share this? This is interesting. Interesting. Huh. Will this work? Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Okay. I'm official. I'm in. I'm locked in. We're going. Where did I leave off? Did I just kill my music?
I've been waiting for you. Pick a rod.
It's a mashing time.
Where were you thinking?
Lights flickering. Huh. Alright, so I got in this groove. Oh, here we go. Giant fish to catch. I got in this groove. Somehow I figured out how to always make this fish the bonus fish by doing Tempest trials.
Stunning performance. I'm impressed.
The Bisset tuna.
Do you want to keep going?
It never changes as long as I do Tempest trials, which is fine because I was doing Tempest trials anyway to grind for augment materials.
Now.
Oh, that's a big one. I think it's a big one. Oh, that's the frickin' lunker. Gosh. And I gotta do the lunch. So after every Tempest trial, I'm fishing, I'm doing the lunch, I'm doing the sleep, and I forfeit all mortal possessions to Sommie, because that's very important. If Sommie ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. But for real, actually, having Sommie at max happiness makes a huge difference for fishing for some reason. I noticed when he wasn't at max happiness versus when he is, it's like super. Like he makes a huge difference in how easy it is to catch the fish, and it just doesn't make sense why he does.
Good catch.
No, it doesn't.
Nicely done. Do you want to keep going? Rod. Where were you thinking? Good catch. Nicely done. Do you want to keep going? Pick a rod.
6
Where
more
were you
fishes
thinking?
left.
Now.
So the reason... Large. So the reason for the fishing is because I need to make 5,000 bond rings. That's one of the achievements, which is pretty silly. I'm not even sure if I've made
Good catch.
1,000
Nicely
bond
done.
rings between like my 4 or 5 playthroughs of this game. And that they think you want to do 5,000 in a single playthrough is kind of silly to me, but oh well. Here we are. We're gonna do it all in one file.
Now.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with 5,000 bond rings. I think I've got, I've already made all the bond rings I'm ever gonna really use. Oh crap.
I suppose.
So maybe I'll try and
fishing
make a
isn't
couple
all
extra
about
miracle
results.
rings and a couple extra Bane rings.
Do you want to keep going? Pick a rod.
I don't,
Where were you
like that's
thinking?
probably all I'm spamming. This was a Leaf and Micaiah bond ring creation just to get more of those 2 rings. There's really not much else that's worthwhile for Outrealm. For the Outrealm battles.
Left.
Oh my gosh. These fish.
Good catch. Nicely done. Do you want to keep Pick going? A rod. Where were you thinking? Now.
Small. A small shadow.
Good catch. Nicely done.
Where's the music at? What is going on here, YouTube? Oh, there it is. As I went to go check. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. I'm gonna increase the music a bit here. Because I can barely hear it on my end. That's probably too loud. Maybe that's okay. Try that for now. What was I doing? Right.
Do you want to keep going?
2 more
Where were you
fishies.
thinking? Now.
No, no small fishies. The disparity between catching the gigantic fish that takes
Catch.
like
Nicely
insane
done.
effort and gives you 1,000 bond fragments versus that thing that takes 10 clicks of the button and you get 20 fragments is insane. Like that's
Do you
dumb.
want to keep
I have
going?
the supreme rod.
Where
I'm
were you
fishing
thinking?
in the spot that gives you both of the biggest fish. It's like I want the biggest fish. I don't want the stupid small one. Nope. It's got to be an RNG roll, and it's got to be a massive discrepancy between getting 20 or 1,000. I get the large one that's also not worth much.
I suppose fishing isn't all about results. Come back soon.
Alright, no more. Shut up, Diamant. 382,000. Yes, I am. Let's go to the dogs, collect our goods that I honestly might not ever use, but my OCD prevents me from leaving it there. I actually need to go to the orchard to get the food. For the cooking that we're gonna do next. Jean. He's cooking. Alright, so this is a funny system to figure out how cooking works. So I believe Jean is cooking a slot 2. So I'm looking on Serenus Forest, and I saved, I cooked, I saw what he cooked, and then you figure out like which RNG slot is like currently triggering by cooking. It's really odd how this works. Wait, it was slot 3. Alright, so I need to get Alfred to be in behind the desk right now to cook an F meal. So we're about to sleep like many days until Alfred shows up behind the desk. Because for some reason they only made 2 characters that can cook an F meal, and that's Vale and Alfred. F's in the chat. And not only that, but you're right, like you need to roll the RNG. Like you need to not get any of like the SSS, whatever, all the rest of the crap. But like each of the 3 characters. Wait, did Jean just wake me up? I think he did. Oops, I don't want to travel. It's Seedall now. Okay. So like, what I'm trying to make sense of cooking. Each of the characters could cook like 3 like special meals that only they can cook or whatever. Like they have like 3 slots for like based on what RNG rolls. And like most of them score anywhere between like an well, it's like an A, B, C, D, and E, but then there's an F and there's a G. I mean, in G for you, the Yunaka is the only one who could cook a G meal. I did that already on my own because that's just like whoever made that achievement is a demon. Honestly, that's just dumb that you have to cook 5 G rank meals. That means you have to get Yunaka with that specific rule for RNG 5 different times. It's so dumb. Celine. But yeah, and then F meal is almost as bad. That there's only 2 guys who can cook F. Well, 2 people, Vale and Alfred. And right now it looks like RNG's rolling slot 3 for me. So slot 3 means Alfred cooks an F meal. So I need to get Alfred behind the desk, which is going to be sleeping for 20 days in a row at this point. And then Vale cooks an F on slot 1, whatever the slot 1 RNG. Again, I don't fully understand the whole thing. Even Serenus has like an explanation. Oh, here's Vale too. That sucks. Other than there's like apparently 3 slots, and then the additional slots is just like if they don't cook their personalized meal for the RNG. There's just like random, like the standard D, E, whatever. Vander. But it looks like I'm getting personal. The personal slot 3 right now, so I need Alfred to show up so I can get that F. I think I have 2 F meals cooked right now out of the 5 that I need. Risotto. Malvier. And the person who's on the front, like the leftmost, the top leftmost spot or picture is the person that's behind the desk, so it's easy to check. So like yeah, Celine, since Celine is there on the top left and the bottom there, you know, in the bottom right area, she's the top left image, so that means she's the one cooking. And if you sleep, you just refresh it. Lapis. This is the worst part, is getting the right person to show up. Because I got a lot of like the other random ones. Like I have most of like the A, B, C's. Lapis again, what the heck? I think I'm missing like 1 or 2 S. S as in super rank meals, and I'm missing, yeah, like 3 F. F as in Frank meals. F as in fail meals. Gold Mary. And then I have a couple like A, B, and C's, but I only need like 3 of those. And like every character can cook 1 of those, if not only those. Like D and E seemed really common. I had D and E completed, I think, even before I really started this. I did the SS because there's 2 people that can cook SS. it's even easier. Oh, it's not really that easy, but that much easier. But for SS, it was who is it? Bonet and Anna both have slot 1 SS. So it's like if I cook slot 1, I can at least roll for either one of them, and it would be an SS meal. So that was like kind of easy to achieve. Linden. But like for F, yeah, it's like if I have slot 3 right now, and the only slot 3 F is Alfred, and if I have slot run, there's only one slot 1 F, and that's Vale, and there's no slot 2 Fs that I saw, unless Serenus has their information wrong. I got Vale again. I'm getting mad. Where's Alfred? Bonet. Actually, I'm half wondering if I should have taken Bonet, because I think he cooks an S meal in slot 3. He might cook an S. I can't remember. He always has good cook. Boop. Mauvier. What's that? Don't. I should probably move my Discord so I can see if I'm getting pings. Because I have no idea if I'm getting pings. I don't know how to tell if I am, so who cares? Who's negative? Negative Attention? That's your middle name. My wife's middle name is Negative Attention. Luminary, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hey, you might know how to do this better. I think you've given me a lot of advice on this kind of crap. Freaking Bonet. So, what's the best way? I need to get Alfred behind the desk. I need to cook an F meal. How do I get Alfred behind the desk? Do I just have to keep sleeping? This is how I've done it, and maybe there's a better way. I feel like if anyone knows, it's going to be you. I'm trying to cook F meal. F as in fail. Because I need to get that for the achievement. Linden. Goldenary. Alright, I feel like I'm seeing like the same 9 people behind the desk, and it's never Alfred. Yeah, you have to keep resting over and over. Oh my gosh. Amber. It's atrocious. I've somewhat figured out how the cooking works. Like, I was reading on Serenus Forest, looking around. Mauvier again. And like, it seems like yeah, right. There's like, it's almost like the fishing, or like, I guess a lot of RNG stuff. There's like 40 units. Oh no. Bonet again. But like, so like, there's like some weird RNG that applies to cooking too. So like, I could cook with one person, and like, on Serenus Forest, there's like 3 slots, right? So like, there's like RNG slot 1, RNG slot 2, RNG slot 3 for like each character. So like Bonet has like in slot 1 he'll cook an SS meal, in slot 2 I think it was like an S, and in slot 3 it's like an A. This is Nemoski. This is live footage of my life getting in and out of bed. Yeah, my life too. Vale again. But yeah, so anyway, so like if I cook like what I did here, I had Jean behind the desk. And like I forget, he might have like an AAB, like slot 1A, slot 2A, slot 3 was a B, something like that. I don't remember. But like, so he was cooking a B. It was like Fiorine or something, you know, Fiorine style eggs or whatever. So like my RNG is gonna give me a slot 3. The only problem is the only person who cooks an F meal in slot 3 is Alfred. This feels like I'm getting like the same like 9 units behind the desk right now. And I've kind of seen this as I've been trying this for like the last like, I don't know, 5-6 days. Is it seems like when you sleep, like without like doing some other activity, you see the same few units. Like I've seen like Mavier and Celine and who else back there? Oh, Vale. Like I've seen them back there like 3 times now. Meanwhile, like maybe it's just bad RNG, but I haven't seen like Alfred yet. Never knew. Cooking, yeah, it's mildly complicated. At least like trying to. I'm basically doing my best to manipulate it and like figure out the pattern. Clan. I might just accept Clan because I think he has pretty good cooking. He has an A in slot 3. I might just take this because I'm getting annoyed right now. I think I need a couple more A meals. So like he should cook. Now see if my system's right, and I feel like I've been pretty much right. When I cook, it's gonna be a your favorite blank, and it's gonna be an A rank. That's what it should be. Like Serenus Forest has an explanation. Is it not affected at all by what you cook? It is to an extent. I haven't entirely figured that out. My current system is usually I just pick what they're an expert at, and I try and give them like 2 or 3 of the the items that it asks you to cook. So all right, A. I'm looking into A. All right, so I have to cook. You have to cook 100 times to get all the achievements. I'm at 84. But yeah, I can get an A meal. I see. I only need like all these cap at 20. Like A, B, and C caps at 20. There's nothing more after 20 for the achievements. S and F both cap at 5. You don't have to do that any more than that. Based on what Serenus Forest says, anyway. I guess I'll find out once I breach these achievements. But yeah, but on the note of affected by what I choose to cook, I'm pretty sure you have to like. When I cooked with Jean, like I picked something that he was an expert at, and I gave him like a few of the ingredients, and that, based on what I could figure out on what Serenus Forest said, it made it seem like if you pick something that they're an expert at and you give them like the extra ingredients, it generally like raises the chances that they get their personal like slot 1, slot 2, or slot 3 rankings that you see. I always thought it was more likely that to be a bad meal if the cook is less experienced, but I had no clue. I thought that too, but that's not entirely true. I guess it might depend. Like Bonet, I don't know if you've heard some of what I said, but like Bunet's like personal slots are let's say like there's so each character has 3 personal slots based on what I see on Serenus. Is like so Bunet always cooks like if you give him like the expert meal and like you feed him the extra ingredients, like that like very there's like an RNG so there's some kind of RNG, and all I know is like when you pick an expert meal and you give them the extra ingredients, it increases the odds that like RNG or whatever, like it must increase like the number or like the threshold, so it increases the odds that you'll trigger a slot 1 personal meal, a slot 2 personal meal, or a slot 3 personal meal, like based on who's cooking. So like there are like certain characters who like cook garbage even in like their personal slot. Like it's really weird. I don't know why they do it this way, but they do. But like Bunet has like an SS in slot 1, like you get the the perfect meal, and then he has an S in slot 2, and then an A in slot 3, and then you have like someone like Vale. Like Vale has what was it? I'll pull it up. Vale has an F. F is Vale for slot 1. It's really weird. Yeah, stomach churning F. Her slot 2 is a C, spicy, and her slot 3 is an A, your favorite. I don't know. And like yeah, like a weird one is Anna. Like Anna has an SS in slot 1, and then her, let's see, where is it? Oh no, she has a 2. Her slot 2 is a C. Her slot 3 is a B. I don't know, man. This is insane. Bunet has cooked me failing meal before on one that he was supposedly decent. Yeah. I think it's because, like, my only guess, again, because I haven't figured the system out, I'm guessing, like, you may have rolled, like, a 1, or would it be a 99 for, like, the RNG? I mean, like, the RNG, like, rolled so atrociously that Bunet being a good cook, like, everyone was going to fail cooking at that point. You know what I mean? So, like, even if you gave Bunet, like, his absolute best meal and gave him all the ingredients, like, it was probably going to be a bad meal anyway. That's just my take so far, kind of based on what I'm seeing. I bet LTCers care about the stuff more. Perhaps they would know. They probably would. You know what? I should ask. Would LTCers use cooking? No, they would. They probably would actually, to save like money, like so that they're not using Here it is. Luminary knows. Yes, exactly. Every character has a random chance, right? So like, yeah, there's like the personal slots I'm talking about is like, yeah, like RNG has to like roll so well, and or you have to like give them the ingredients and pick something that they're skilled with in order to pull it off. Oh, perfect. So like, he's an expert here. But yeah, there's always like a random chance that like they get her. Let me read it. I'll read it off of Serenus because let's see. And I've read it a couple times and I'm like, I still don't fully get it. Yeah, so like, alright, every character has a chance for ordinary, and it's a D. And then there's failure, E through G. So I guess I could get a random failure if I tried. So like, every character has a chance to do that, to get a D, I guess a D through a G. That's pretty weird. And then there's character specific, that's like a whole column. So like, if you put an expert, this is so weird. Yeah, so it's like if you pick something that they're an expert in, the character specific, like the slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 for that character increases by 20%. And then for each ingredient you put in, it gives it an additional 3%. And it reduces the chances of the failures and like the regular old, you know, D rank. Same goes for experts. Like, you pick expert, you get plus 20% character specific for whatever you're cooking, like the, you know, like the Boone gets the SS because he's the awesome chef, of course. And then you get, so then like Boone, if you picked his expert, whatever his expert thing is, he also gets a minus 10% chance to cook ordinary or less, or you know, ordinary or fewer, or weaker, let's say. So like that's why you want to pick the expert there. Yeah, and then there's the ingredients, right? So you get minus 1% to get ordinary or weaker per extra ingredient that you put in. So like, I'm pitting expert and I'm pitting these three. So like, I'm getting plus 20% chance to get Jean's slot 3, I assume at this point, because I tested that. Wait, not Jean, Clan. I'm sorry, Clan, because Jean was rolling slot 3 when I was giving him, I think 4 ingredients, but I think this will still work. So yeah, I'm getting plus 9% for the 3 ingredients, and then minus 4 and 5% for failure / ordinary. This is what Serenus 4 says. I'm probably not explaining it super well because I'm still learning the system myself. And also Serenus says that these rare ingredients only, I guess, give your characters additional support points. Let me look. Doesn't it say that somewhere? Am I crazy? I could have sworn it said. I'm looking. You know, maybe I was crazy. I could have sworn I read somewhere that cooking, like adding the topping, like the rare thing, doesn't do anything for the actual, like, RNG roll. It just increases the support of whoever's eating in the meal. It, like, increases how much support they gain. But anyway, so when I say we're gonna get an A, if my system works, but we should get an A. Your favorite mutton stew is what we're expecting to see. If I have this mostly figured out, I need an A rank. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Incredible.
Let's see what we get. These were good. Yeah. So we got your favorite mutton stew. Have you learned how to re-roll a meal result? No, I haven't. Like, that's why I usually just save. Like, I'll save right before I cook. And then, like, whoever's behind, like, I'll look. Like, if I wanted to re-roll Clan, I need an A. Like, this was intentional. I just got sick of rolling for Alfred. These Fs, dude. These Fs are the worst. But, like, so I'll just save, and I'll see, like, what the roll is. And then based on if it's, like, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, I'll start sleeping until, like this was a slot 3. I'm like, okay, Jean was rolling slot 3 when I cooked with him. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a slot 3 cook. So I just look at slot 3 and I say, you know, who has a, you know, like, he has a slot 3, he has an A in slot 3. I'm like, alright, I could use an A. Does that make sense? That, like, I'm actually not really re-rolling it. It's more like I'm kind of figuring out what the RNG is, and then I'm re-rolling to change the character to make it match what the RNG. Oh, rolling a bond ring or fighting an arena changes the result. That's interesting. Huh. Wonder if I should try that.
I feel weird.
Because I need to make tons of bond rings anyway, because I want to get the achievement for that. So it's like I could easily just roll a couple bond rings. Well, where's the A meals? Yeah, I need to make one more A meal. It's like I need to get more on C and F. S meals are kind of easy. F is just the annoying one. And even C, like sometimes I don't know how to make a C very whatchamacallit, consistently. Okay, I'm gonna do a Tempest trial now. Because half of this project is still rolling Tempest trials, because I gotta get my Banes for Outrealms, because I'm crazy and I like playing my Outrealms. I've done that so often trying to get Anna's Omni Boost meal. Does she Omni Boost like her SS? The SS meal? Really? I don't think I've seen. I've rolled that with her. I should take a picture. I could have sworn I've gotten that, and it wasn't an Omni Boost, but I got a lot of +2s. Oops, a lot of +2s and +3s. I almost guarantee I got a picture. Is this it? Yeah, like this is what I got when I tried it. It's like this is pretty good. I don't know if I call that Omni Boost, but for +3 speed is nice for sure. Yeah, then I intentionally rolled. Oh, this is what's her face. This is me rolling for Yunaka to get a G.
Okay.
This was an intentional G because it's too annoying to make it.
What
Okay, it's a lot of
disaster.
+2s, +3 speed.
I beg
Okay.
of you not to eat this, Divine One.
I beg of you to not eat this, Divine One.
Is this an attempt to poison me?
Oh my gosh. If someone's a demon though, dude, whoever thought it was okay to make you cook 5 G meals when Yunaka is the only one at least who can personally cook a G meal? Like, I guess you can get G's by failing, right? Like failing randomly otherwise. Was that in the list? Failure E through G? Yeah, I don't know. Like, but I don't know how to rig that. Like, I can rig that with Yunaka in slot 2. Suckup's line is so good. Is somebody trying to poison me? Oh gosh. But yeah, no, Anna's S meal, yeah, that's pretty nutty. Did I get one for what's his face? Oh, I took a picture like every time I cooked a G with her. Bounet, did I get a Bounet S meal?
Bring out the essence of the flavors.
This must be a Bounet
Yes,
double
bit
S. I
more.
mean,
Good. Voila. Please enjoy.
Hey, so
oh, that was only an S. Huh. Okay. Yeah, you know what I should do? You know what, Luminary? I'm gonna keep that in mind. So like when I get Vale, damn, you should have told me sooner. Next time I get Vale or Alfred, I'm gonna try what you told me here. I'm gonna go roll a bond ring and then cook and see if it gets me like the F. I need the F, dude. The Fs are so annoying with my method. I like your method more. Like, all I have to do is keep sleeping until either Alfred or Vale shows up, and then I start rolling the rings and I'll try the cooking. That's how I'm gonna do this going forward. That'll be much easier than waiting for slot 3 to show up and then sleeping a million times until Alfred gets there. Because that... My goodness, yeah, the cooking is just dumb. Like, setting up the G's and the F's have been so annoying. Oops. I like the advice, thank you. So I'm cheesing Tempest Trials. With all my Griffins have like a void plus 30. Almost all of them. Except for Ike, because there's no point. So she just dies, usually. But Griffins with speed plus 5 and a void plus 30 kind of just auto-win this. It's ridiculous. Except they're kind of dumb sometimes. Zelkov is funny. He has no chill in his arena win? Wait, what's his arena win quote? Nemowski.
I'm honored.
Kind of Luminary. Yeah, Speed Griffins kind of need speed plus 5. So there's, I'll have to show you. I don't know if you've done a lot of Tempest level 50s, but in the final, like the third map, a lot of the enemy Griffins, like they have cap stats. They have Darting Blow, so they get speed plus 5 when they're attacking you. So it helps to prevent a lot of deaths, honestly. So that they're not doubling you when they come and attack you. I think a lot of my units still die to Griffins anyway. It's insane how Griffins are just so overpowered. Something about how he would have killed them if the battle was real. It's the way he says it. If this were a real battle, you would have been slain. Yeah, okay, because doesn't he say something like that if he loses the battle? Because I've killed him enough in Arena to know that he's like, oh, if this was a real battle, I would be dead right now. Like, he says something to that effect. Or at least I think that's him. Sorry, so where's some of the Griffins? Hang on. Some of them, not all of them have it, but some of them will have Darting Blow. And this game's going to make me a liar now. Because none of them are going to have it. Ah, here we go. So, like, here's one. Darting Blow. Oh, but he's being weighed down by his axe. But yeah, typically, so I'll run speed plus 5. I mean, you get extra avoid, but number 2, you don't get doubled by these assholes with Darting Blow. Like, because the AI's dumb. Like, when I'm auto battle, the AI's dumb. Like, they don't pay attention to that. Like, that this guy has Darting Blow. Like, they'll just charge. You know what I mean? It's fine, because I don't care. But, like, if he wasn't being weighed down, he'd have 54 speed when he attacks my units. So, that's part of the reason why I like speed plus 5, but yeah, just additionally, it's just for the extra avoid mostly, because I'm just avoid tanking, you know. Speed plus 5 is plus 10 avoid, right? I think it is. Where's the boss at?
All right.
Oh, you're right for his loss. Okay, his win quote is, "You are fortunate that this was merely a training exercise." Right. Like, he takes it, like, dead serious or whatever. Yeah. Freaking Zelkov. The dude's a meme. It kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna say if it bothers me. I just find it really odd that, like, yeah, like it's like every 5th word he says, he like does his little enunciation or whatever, exaggerating. Like when he was cooking, I forget what I had him cook. I think he has like an S. Does he have like an S in his personal slot 1? He pops up and I'm like, yeah, I'm having him cook. I gotta look it up now. Where was it? Delicious. Yeah, his slot 1 is an S. So I used him to cook, and he was like saying such weird shit, and I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, he was exaggerating such weird words. I'm like, why, dude? I mean, but he's funny for that. I'm behind the counter, ready to cook a meal for you, Divine One. Like, it's just like, what, dude? Yo, we need the Wind Blade. Alright.
Understood.
Anytime.
Yo, we got the flying effective Brave Lance. Are we ready for the destruction we're gonna lay on this guy? And a crit. Alright, come on, Flying Bane. Let's go. Yes! Yes! That's a good way to start this off. In his supports, he admits he emphasizes words just for funsies. Oh, really? Yeah, I could see that. Yo, the dude's an actor. Let's face it, right? I mean, if he's an assassin, he has to be a good actor, right? If he gets busted. Celine. Alright, wait. So, maybe I'll try this with Celine. Celine has at least an S rank, doesn't she? I heard her slot 3 is an S meal. I'll try and cook for that right now. We'll try and use the bond ring rolling crap for that right now. I'm gonna save.
Well,
Yo, the Emperor's Mess. Chloe, I don't know if Chloe disliking it affects it or not, but I'm not gonna take that chance. There, that's fine.
I know a few things about cooking. I do want the plating to shine.
He emphasizes
It came out as lovely.
words just for
Delicious.
fun. Delicious.
I can.
Firenze style Emperor's Mess. So wait, what is that? Firenze style is slot 2. So yeah, this is a slot 2 roll right now. Alright, so let me go reload. I will roll a ring. I'll roll a ring and then I'll try cooking. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Fire Emblem. Engage.
So, Luminary, if I go and roll one ring and then cook, let's say I don't save in between, right? I roll one ring, I go and cook. Whatever I get there, like if it's not an S, should I, like if I go and reload, roll one ring again, and then cook again, would it be the same result as before? You get what I'm saying there? Like, as in, if I keep reloading the save and keep rolling one ring, is the cooking result after that always going to be that same result? Would you expect it to be the same, I should say? Alright, let's create a leaf, right? Leaf is where you get miracle. So let's get a miracle. Alright, whatever. You have to reroll multiple times. Okay, right. So I have to keep, right. So should I should probably save in between each ring then, shouldn't I? That's annoying. I won't save. I'll just roll 2 next time, right? That's really all it is. I can cook now. Emperor's Mess. Oh, excuse me.
I know a few things about cooking. I do want the plating to shine.
Delicious.
I feel like this is gonna be another B rank. What the frick? It is. Alright. We'll roll 2 rings now, and we'll see what happens.
Fire Emblem. Engage.
Those ingredients, dang! Wait, what about the ingredients? Trials feed you, huh? That's a good question. I don't know. I think I just picked them up over time, like walk around the Somniel. I don't think the trials give you a lot of ingredients, but I might be wrong. Funny enough, I think Outrealms, like the rewards you get for like winning, or even losing, I guess, the rewards you get for doing Outrealms, I think it's bugged. I remember checking one time, because like I got 2 Dex tonics, and I was like, I got Dex tonics, because I didn't have any tonics. And so like I left the Tower's Trials, and I was like, yes, I was like, I had Dex tonic, and they weren't even in my convoy at all. I don't know. I think Outrealms rewards are bugged, and you don't even get the rewards that it says that it's giving you. I haven't checked in a while, but I remember the one time, I remember it, I was like, oh, I got 2 Dex tonics. Nope, they never hit my convoy. I don't know why. Like, they weren't in my inventory or anything. Bond ring. Alright, so there's Sarah. Ozian? But yeah, I'm pretty sure most of my ingredients is just from in between all my battles. Like, I'll generally walk around and collect the stuff, like the iron and the fruit and all that crap. Not every time. It's just, I don't know how many. I couldn't give you a percentage. Alright, come on, Celine. We need that S rank immediately.
I know a few things about cooking.
Boop.
I do want the plating to shine. It came out as lovely as a flower.
Delicious.
You're down for a mission or 2, he says. Alright, let me put on auto. Hang on, I'm getting pinged in Discord. One of my buddies. Okay. I better see an S. Sophisticated. Is that slot 1? That's gotta be. Because it's not slot 3. What's her name? Celine. Where is she? Alright, Celine. Yeah, slot 1 is sophisticated. Alright, so I get slot 2 twice. I get slot 1, and slot 3's gotta be next. All I want is slot 3. Is that much to ask? Ugh. Okay. Fighting in
Fire
desert sand.
Engage.
Is the song? Alright, how much do you guys like that song? That intro? Like, yeah, just the intro for Engage. Like, out of 10. 10 being like, yeah, you love it, it's awesome. What do you rate it? I feel like it's kind of a meme. It's okay. I give it like a 6 or a 7, but it's... I don't think it's particularly great. It's not goated, yes. As the kids nowadays would say, it's not goated, it's cringe. Fighting in the desert sand. He just wrote it in all caps in the chat. It really is, though. It's like, the flower who cares for everyone. Oh my gosh. Alright, Miracle, here it comes, boys. No, that was a B. I wonder, do you roll ring C for slot 1 for cooking? No, that would be slot 2. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna try and draw any lines there. I'm just It's a good song. I'd rather not hear it every time I reload. Yeah? Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan. 8 out of 10. No, that was him that said it, not me. That was, yeah, they said, it's a good song, but he doesn't want to hear it every time. Brainworm. It's a brainworm, it's true. But like 3 Houses, dude, yo, the 3 Houses, wait, was it 3 Houses intro? Whatever, like the main theme for 3 Houses anyway, like that felt like a song I could listen to a lot. Don't. Love you. My wife is threatening me again. Alright, Celine, it's S time!
I know a few things about cooking.
Yeah, I did. Did you move the chair? Or maybe I hit it? I don't know what it was. You did it, not me.
It came out as lovely.
Incredible.
This is an S. Look at the line changed. It's an S. It's gotta be.
Whoa.
I can't. It's just don't. There it is. We got slot 3. Wait, reach for my hand. I can't remember how the song goes, and I know those are the lyrics. I don't even remember how it goes though. This is pretty good. Look at this. Look at these. Strength, speed, defense, mage, res. This is pretty good. I feel like this is about as good as Anna's, if not better. Holy crap.
Do take a
Alright, am I done with S ranks now? Yeah, there it is. Alright, we cleared it. No more S meals. Let's reach for my hand. Now I remember it. I remember the song. But I feel like I like that song. Like that one I give like an 8 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10. But maybe it's just because I like Three Houses, like the story and the world building. Funny enough, I think I like a lot of like the world building and the lore and, you know, the environment, the setting of Three Houses more than Engage. Engage is just butt cheeks, let's face it. At least in my opinion. Kind of butt cheeks. But I think I like the gameplay of Three Houses, or I mean of Engage more. Because I think, if I go check my hours, I think I've actually put more hours into this right now than I have with Three Houses. Yeah, so Engage I got 520. Can I find Three Houses? Is it even here? Oh, there it is. 400. Yeah, so I've already beat Three Houses. Like, there's a lot I like about Three Houses, but the maps get, I think, kind of samey is the problem. I think, I don't know. This Engage is just like, they really nailed the gameplay. I don't know what it is. But there's just a lot of other aspects about Engage I just, like, could not care less for. Like, they're just so dumb and bad. Cringe. Alright, where am I going? I need to go to sleep now. It's time to sleep. Wait, what time of day is it? Yeah, I need to sleep. I sleep.
Hey, Divine One.
My Engage hours are embarrassing. Howzado! But I'll say I had to use another account for save files. Huh. Marin. Alright. We have to feed the Sommie and make him happy. Well, how many Engage hours do you have? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if you have more than I do. Like, I'm sure I'm in, like, the top, whatever, like, 10%. I might be talking too big. I'd imagine I'm in, like, the top 10 or 20% of players, but I don't know that for sure. That's just guessing. Max happiness, there we go. It's time to mash A with fishing. My forearm is, we gotta get it fired up.
Of course. Pick a rod. Where were you thinking? Now.
Gigantic shadow, let's go. Yo, who's in the house? I heard it.
Stunning performance. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
Gregory.
just funny that the
Gregory
first thing I
Enjoyer.
heard
Oh
when
my
I
gosh.
joined this host in the house.
Sorry, what was that?
The first thing I heard when I joined the VC was host in the house. And
Yes.
That was fun.
No, it's all good. Gregory Enjoyer, though. Yeah, hey, dude, just to let you know, I'm streaming. I think I made that clear, but your voice is coming through on YouTube, just to let you know. For the dozens.
My voice is what?
Your voice is coming through on my YouTube stream, just to let you know. That's all.
Ah. Alright.
So say hi to my
Hello.
150 subs.
Hello to
The
what's your name
millions.
again? Unhinged Man's 100 and something subs. Hi.
Anyway.
I'm waiting. You cannot see me. I'm such an idiot.
What was that?
That I was waving and they cannot see me.
Oh, yeah.
So dumb. Anyways, I can see that you're doing our favorite part of this game, which is fishing. Haha.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. There are tens of us. Yes, there are tens of my fans and subscribers in the chat, dude. It's great.
What were you thinking?
Awesome. Well, I can't wait for you to go through like 20 minutes of fishing. That sounds fun.
Nah, dude, I'm fast. I'll catch 10 fish in about 10 minutes, probably. Faster than that, because I'm getting the small fish, so it's even easier.
Fair enough. Oh my god, you actually just meshed A.
Oh,
That's
dude.
actually pretty useful.
I can catch every fish except the absolute largest one, like the one that's worth 1,000. The, what is it, the enchant tuna?
Yeah.
I can't catch that one.
Are you-
I have to, like, make it tired one time.
Yeah, I can see that you rigged the fishing as well. I can see the bonus one with
Oh,
the
yeah.
1,000 and the...
With the
Yeah.
bicep tuna or whatever. That's because Luminary told me about that, funny enough. I was, like, trying to figure out how to rig it. I couldn't figure it out super well. Luminary is in the YouTube chat. The user is in the YouTube chat. And, yeah, gave me a hint, and then I got
Funnily
it figured out.
enough.
And I'm like, yup, I'm doing this now. It's over.
Yeah, funnily enough, Luminary also told me about this strategy.
Oh, really?
Pretty funny. Yeah, he's the one that told me about it as well. So, yeah,
No kidding.
that's funny. Yep. I've been a little bit too lazy to do it ever since because usually I don't need that many bond fragments to get all the skills that I want. Usually, but sometimes I get a little bit greedy and go for like I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, this is incredibly boring. After done a while, like, do you know who Alphared is?
No, I don't.
What? He's a YouTuber, right? And he basically said that a game is not good until it has a fishing minigame. I disagree.
Fishing minigames are the worst.
Dude, they're so tedious. I hate doing them. And it's also bad when it's like essential to gain experience or points or whatever.
Like this dude in the
Annoying.
post game. Now, do you play a lot of post game? Like I'm like completely, 500 hours. Well, actually, this save file is like 300 hours. But yeah, like this is the only way to get like reasonable bond fragments, dude. It's so dumb.
Funnily enough, I actually have 2 different save files from Fire Emblem Engage, completely based on post game, right?
Oh,
And
nice.
I did farm like maximum skills for like as many units as I can. I remember giving like Hortensia Magic Dex +5 from Veronica, which is a very expensive loadout of 8,400 SP, and also some bomb fragments. I don't remember how many.
I mean,
pretty
the
sure
SP
that
is like dirt
throughout-
cheap though. Like, all right. So wait, did you run Tempest trials to like get the augments for your engaged weapons?
I did. Yes, I
So like,
did.
yeah, like, were you selling? Like, I've sold so many adepts and like novice books, but like, my convoy has been full with like 600 of those at least a dozen times.
Yep.
Like, SP
I
is
did
not a
in fact
problem.
sell every single like thing that I could. I
my
remember
gosh.
that I maxed out like the S rank weapons as well, which
Oh,
actually
Oh
for
my
like one of
gosh.
the S rank weapons, if I don't, something like that. I don't know, but I do remember doing that for Venomous, so I can have like the most powerful override ever. And what else? I think it was the legendary axe as well, the Okon one.
yeah,
Okon
I did that
plus
one
R, I
to
think.
+5. That one's disgusting. How hard it hits.
Yeah, It is super disgusting. First I wanted to use it with Ike because that's basically self-explanatory. But
Oh,
then I
yeah.
used it with Camilla with Axe Power 5. Oh boy, units that have less than
Oh.
30
Yep.
defense just get obliterated.
Are you talking in like
It's
Outrealms or even just like Tempest Trials? Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. I will say though, post game, there's a lot of differences between like the post game enemies and the actual like in-game enemies. For example, the most overpowered unit in post game are by far, the Griffin Knights.
Oh yeah,
Those
absolutely.
are
I'm
the
with
most-
you.
Dude, the most annoying enemy in post game, they reach capped speed, which is about 40.
It's 50 or 49. It's 49. It's 49. Yeah.
49?
Yep.
Yeah, no, dude. Like the speed cap for what's it called? For the Dark Knight, which is usually fast. It's freaking 32.
Yeah, you get doubled. Yeah. Yeah, you
Dude,
can't play
you're
Tempest
not gonna
Trials, dude.
reach
It's
it.
so dumb. Like you basically can't play like level 50 Tempest Trials unless your unit's like a Swordmaster, a Griffin Knight, or like just something else that has like 45 speed bare minimum. It's crazy.
Yeah. Or you're like maxed out on abilities. Like
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
true.
not there.
And then you get the Griffin Knights. You missed it on. I was talking to the
There's
fellas. Something at +5 speed when they initiate on you too.
Dude,
You remember those?
dude.
That is so
Oh my
dumb.
God. I will say, wyverns can also get pretty. Can get you in a dicey situation as well because some of them have uncanny glow, and you cannot rely on your avoid things for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's usually where my guys
it's hard.
die. Yup, is that part, the map 3, where you have like all the wyverns and the griffins with those skills. Yup.
I will say though, for the very final map of the Tempest House in level 50, I just go brain dead and put Veil to clean up the rest of the units with Soren. Honestly, like what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, if I
I
had
don't
Veil
wanna
C,
deal with
I
it
would do
first
that. Yeah, does Veil just like, yeah, I can imagine Veil Sword cleans up the AI like super easily.
Oh, absolutely. In another strategy that you can do is put Louis with any emblem that gives him defense and just assign decoy. That also works, but it's a little less reliable because Louis dies from one thunderbolt. So,
Yeah, the mages, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was speaking of Louis, I do want to say that I have rarely used them because I'm not a fan of armored knights. I don't know why, but through some digging, I discovered that Louis is potentially the best unit in all of Fire Emblem.
Oh, tell me.
Potentially.
I love Louis, dude. I think he's awesome. Now, I don't think generals are that good for like post game, but I loved Louis through my maddening run. Yeah, I used him like I think through the whole thing, honestly. So tell me, so why is he the best unit? Like, are you talking post game? I should say too.
I do consider him to be one of the best units because, unlike other generals, he has like the perfect defense cap to like actually not take even like 1 or 2 damage. Like he's just straight up like a wall. Nothing gets by him. That's the first one.
Physically,
Second
right?
one?
Right.
Yeah, of course. Like you're not gonna put him against the Thorns for him to get obliterated.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, besides that, the second reason, he actually has a very useful strength stat. Like usually generals are all about defense and that's it, and HP, I guess.
Yeah.
The strength stat is not always there, but with Louis an exception, he actually does damage, and especially considering the what's it called? The way that Engage works in forging weapons and stuff, you can make him like completely one-shot any single
Like
unit
great
if you
weapon,
want
like great
to.
lance, right?
Yeah, like great lances, brave weapons, anything. He just one-shots, which is incredible too. And last but not least, his dex as well. Like usually generals also struggle to hit units, but Louis actually has a pretty decent dex stat, meaning that he can hit. And also you can inherit hit plus 30 or 20 or whatever from Sigurd as well, which is most of the times what you pair him with in your
Yeah,
runs.
that's what I did.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
for my story run.
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely... there's no debate. Like,
See-
Louis is probably one.
I disagree about his hit rate being good and like the like his dex. I don't think it was good. I had to inherit. I think I inherited hit plus 10 or hit plus 20, but it was like a crutch, dude. I feel like he missed a lot. Like I agree, his strength and defense were really good though, for sure.
I mean, it's not the best. I will say, definitely.
It's
not
like
the
mediocre.
Best.
I don't
But,
think it's anything special. It's unfortunately not quite enough, I think.
You can give him supports though, like the
Yeah.
support that Chloe and Oliar alone can do for him. They raise his hit stat quite a lot, and he also has a lot of support with other units that can also raise his hit, if I recall correctly. So yeah, it's really good if you learn how to use it pretty well. It's not bad at all.
Interesting. Did you use him a lot? Like, well, first of all, did you play a lot of Outrealms by any chance?
Yes, I did.
So did
but
you
I
use
didn't
him
use
in the
Louis
general
that
there?
much. No, not at all.
I want to see more of that.
No.
I've seen him. What was it? I think I recently had a defense video, a defense replay where someone brought a Louis in and he was using a Brave Lance, a Louis General
And-
Brave Lance, and he took a dump on a couple of my units. It was pretty funny.
Here goes.
That's kind of funny. But yeah, no, I haven't done that many like outrun battles against other, maps. I haven't really done that. Basically because I don't know. I guess I got a little bit of burnout from playing this game so much. Like when this game came out, I played this game nonstop. Like
Oh, same.
nonstop.
I
I
did.
played it for like I don't know, like 5 hours a day.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I think I in total have accumulated like just a bit over 1,000 hours.
Oh yeah, you got me beat. I got 500.
Yeah. I will say though, I'm not one of those guys that likes to try hard, especially in this game because it can get really stressful. I did one maddening run once, and that was about it. I did it once, I beat it once, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I never did it again.
Well, so what did you think about it on Maddening? Like, what were your general thoughts?
In my opinion, the difficulty spike between hard and maddening is actually pretty high.
It is.
It's a very, very noticeable difficulty spike because the experience that you get, first of all, basically gets cut down by like a 70%. Something like that, because you don't get nearly as much of experience as you get from hard. Second, the AI is completely rewarded. Like if the unit cannot attack, if an enemy cannot attack your unit, they're just gonna straight up ignore it. Like Louis, for example, that can reach the defense thresholds.
Yo.
They just will completely ignore him. Like sometimes in those cases it can be good, meaning that he will not hug all the experience. Also, yes, I see that 101
That's
damage.
disgusting.
times
Did
two.
you see this
That is really
damage?
funny.
Oh my god.
That's really funny. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
303 crit.
Oh, and a
Yeah,
crit on
Go
top
ahead,
of
though.
that. Of course. Anyways, okay, so going back to that. Yeah, so sometimes it can be good because you can basically like create choke points. For example, in chapter, I think it's 5 or 6, where you fight the boss in Pyrenees for the first time, right? There's like there's a choke point that you can create on the left with Louis, right?
Yeah,
And
like the huge
defense is
tunnel.
so
Yeah.
high. If you get rid of the mage that's right there, the rest of the units will not attack Louis. So you can just create a choke point and farm as much experience as possible before the enemies, of course, die. And that's a good use of the maddening AI, right? But
Yeah,
the
to
rest
abuse it,
of
yeah.
the cases, outside of the Sign Decoy, which is DLC exclusive, they just completely ignored your units, which isn't. Yeah, so they ignore your unit, and you basically give them like a semi-pass skill, where you just aggro the units, but they don't attack you. They just go after the other ones that they can actually do damage
Yes.
to. So yeah, it's a completely different story between hard and maddening.
Got it.
So
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
another thing. And besides
What are you
that,
thinking?
oh well, SP grinding comes hand in hand with the XP gaining, right? So you don't
Yeah.
get nearly as much SP as well. So it's difficult to get skills. Like, some meticulous players actually do plan ahead and, decide how much ESP they want to spend on certain units. Like,
I
who's
didn't
gonna
do
be
that.
like your enemy face units, your player face units, and
Yeah.
who's gonna be there for support. They basically plan that head on.
Yeah.
And I do that too. In my runs, I actually do that too. But it's difficult to, keep in mind all the time. And yeah, it becomes kind of difficult to get used to that. Oh,
Yeah.
not to mention that the enemies are obviously way more powerful in maddening than in hard. They
Oh, I
do
enjoy
have
it.
skills.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I really enjoyed Maddening though.
In-
No, so I enjoyed all of Maddening like up to like chapter 20, like 4 or 25. Like whenever they got really dumb with like all the reinforcements and just like this huge stat sticks that they all became. Oh my gosh, dude.
I
Like,
mean,
God.
I will say, compared to other Fire Emblem games, this one does maintain a good level of difficulty, right?
It does, yes.
It's a decent challenge. Not even decent. I think it's a good challenge.
Yeah,
right.
it really is. Yeah.
But the spike between hard and maddening it's really high. It is really high.
Yeah. It's almost like they needed something
Yeah.
in between. That I think I mostly agree. I've only played through hard one time, and I barely even paid attention.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't require that much attention. Not to mention the fact that you get quite a few draconic crystal uses in hard. They're not infinite, that's exclusive to normal, but you do get quite a few.
Yeah, I don't remember. I thought you got the same. I thought it was 10 for Maddening and hard.
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
Oh, you also get 10 in maddening, I forgot.
I'm pretty sure you do, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, was it on normal
Yeah.
or easy or whatever it is? You got an infinite number, which is hilarious.
Where were you thinking?
Yeah, true. But yeah, you definitely need to be more meticulous and prepare a lot more in maddening than hard. Like, there's this one YouTuber that I have recently started to watch, which is named Pedro, who he has done different runs in different games. Like, for example, Fire Emblem Engage with no engaging, or Revelations. I mean, not Revelation, Conquest, but I have 2 wives, which is delicious that can replicate, for example, right? And 3 houses with only bows, right? Stuff like that. And in every single one of his videos, he has one thing in common. He always prepares for like a specific map that can be potentially difficult.
Yeah.
Like meticulously. Like in 3 houses, for example, a game that most of the community considers to be one of the easier Fire Emblem games, even in maddening. He even prepared for that. Like he gave his, for example, Leone that knows using Stride and the what's it called, and rallies from an end and strides from other weaker units, and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
That's one example. The other one was switching Claude's abilities to be either enemy face or player face.
Oh, like depending
So
on
he
the map,
also
basically?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He also takes that into consideration. But the most I've seen him meticulously prepare was for the Conquest. For the Conquest playthrough that he did.
Conquest is pretty hard. Yeah.
Yeah, the infamous Kitsune map, for example. Of all of the units that he could deploy, he only deployed flyers in that map, for example, because they could hide in like a corner and attack from there. That's one meticulous preparation that honestly I wouldn't even consider until seeing it somewhere else. That's one example. The other one is training Mosu, the infamous boss slayer, from level 1 to all the way to the boss slayer that he was. And not only that, but he also, throughout the playthrough, he captured, for example, some units that would make it possible to beat the final map. For example, a Falcon Knight with pass, some generic, units that can rally, and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yo,
He
Kuro
prepared.
mentioned. Yeah, apparently. So this guy, yeah, YouTube chat says he watches him too. Oh, so he's
Yeah,
pretty popular, I guess, huh?
and yeah, that's one thing that Fire Moon players do, especially in maddening. Because in hard it doesn't require that much thought process. In maddening you do.
Well, it
And
depends. It
even
depends on the
with that
player.
amount
It's
you
like
would
for like
think
the the highest tiers of players trying to figure out the best shit.
Oh, absolutely. But even with that meticulous preparation, maps can take up to like an hour and a half or 2 hours, depending on the difficulty.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, that is something that to me, honestly, it's not that worth it. Especially considering that I have a life, so I don't have most of the times like 2 hours to spare just for one map out of 27 in a single playthrough, right? So yeah, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. I feel like my ADHD tends to take over at like 45-ish minutes. Like when things start, when I have to play 45 or like more than 45 minutes for like a mission in a game, yeah, that's when I'm like, nope. I start checking out. It's like it's gotta be faster than that.
Honestly, the most I've taken in a map, the most time I've taken in a map, I believe it was when I did my first maddening playthrough with no New Game Plus in Three Houses for the very final map. I was doing an Iron Man, right? And Verdant Wind, which is considered to be the easier route.
Yeah,
And
I would say so.
the amount of time I spent in that map was ridiculous. Mostly because some of my units didn't reach like the damage thresholds, so I had to take a more defensive approach, baiting all of the what's it called? All of the 10 elites one by one.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, it was pretty tedious. Another one that I did spend a lot of time to as well was in the final map of Silver Snow, because Miracle is such a shitty ability. I hate it. It doesn't work in your favor
Miracle. Yep.
ever. Like it's basically a literally and not literally a luck-based skill that can potentially make a map harder or easier depending if it procs or not. And when enemies have it, it's so bullshit. It's so bullshit because you're potentially relying on either one rounding or two rounding an enemy, and when a boss has it, and a boss that has 3 different health bars that are worth like 200 HP total, no thanks. I'm out.
Yep. I mean, it's like that in Outrealms here, dude.
I remember I had to reset because basically Rhea proc Miracle and Violet and retaliated with the crit. Something like that happened, and I had to reset the map because I had no, rewinds left. So.
Oh my gosh.
It's happened, and in that map specifically, a lot of my units have died, like actually died, because of Miracle procs from Rhea. It's so bullshit.
Freaking Miracle.
Yeah.
That's because her luck must be good. I don't remember.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Rhea
Her
has a
luck would be
really
really good
high
though.
luck.
So yeah.
It's like around the 40s.
Oh
if
my
I'm not
gosh,
mistaken.
that's so
So
annoying.
yeah, luck does proc pretty often in that map. And the enemies as well, the ones that have Miracle, have a boosted luck stat as well, which ranges between like the 30 or so, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you'll be dealing with Miracle procs from enemy NPCs as well, which is already super annoying because they're equipped with the higher quality weapons and magic spells. So yeah, if you're not killing the enemy, you're gonna get retaliated with probably a one shot.
Yeah. That's how it goes, dude. That's how it goes in Engage. Like I can only understand. I don't remember that happening to me for 3 houses, but I know in freaking Engage, like with Outrealms, because there's enough people that put Miracle on their units. Yeah, that's really freaking annoying to deal with that.
Yeah. I mean, at least 3 houses gives you the option to break other units, to like get another shot at it. In 3 houses, I don't
Oh.
really remember if there's a way to just prevent enemies from counter.
No, yeah, you can just straight up, like, you can just use engaged attacks, too. Engaged attacks they don't care if you have Miracle or Hold Out, you just die, so that's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
engaged is easier to get around Miracle, but, like, I suffered my fair share of, like, a dude rolling Miracle 3 times in a row, and I'm pissed about it, you know?
Yeah. Not to mention that a lot of people have used Poor Veil and Soren.
Oh, yeah. Yo, bring back the old Nile skill. Yeah, wait, when did they stop using, is it Nile? That is the right one, right?
What are you talking about?
Nihil, if I'm saying that right. But the one from, like, I remember that first being in, was it Path of Radiance? The ability that, like, it just ignores all other abilities.
I don't remember.
That would be kind
I'm
of cool,
not, like,
but then
I
it just
haven't
kind of
really
it kind of makes every
tried any
unit the
other
same
one.
again. You know what I mean? Like it basically just turns Fire Emblem back into like GBA Fire Emblem at that point, doesn't it?
I think so. I don't really remember though. Also, can we just talk about the Lunatic Plus difficulty from Awakening as well? I don't know. I don't know if there's any other Fire Emblem game that gives that difficulty as well. But just having a random possibility of having a unit with, like, I don't know, like counter and Aegis or something like that.
On the
it's
very
just
first map of the
ridiculous.
game too, dude. Wait, was it the
Yeah,
first map or the
that
second?
too.
Whatever it was. Like way earlier in the game than you'd ever expect, that's for sure.
Yeah, like it basically makes maps unwinnable, like actually unwinnable, to the point that you have to restart the map to see what abilities they have. That is the funniest thing ever. Like
I've never tried it
I
because of that.
like, yeah, that one is a difficulty that I can understand because it's a difficulty that appears after beating Lunatic, right?
I beat
So
Lunatic.
you have to beat the game in Lunatic.
Lunatic
before
Plus,
Lunatic
yep,
Plus.
I couldn't get past it. I think it was the first map, and I was just like, no, I'm like, this is not worth my time.
Yeah, and some people actually did it, masochists as they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. That if I struggle playing Maddening on other games, that one is not. No, I'm never doing that one. Thank you.
No, yeah, that Awakening is not one I'm probably gonna play for a long time. I don't think. Who knows though?
It's been
So-
a minute since I
Oh,
played it.
Nile.
I
Nile was
remember-
last used in Radiant Dawn. So Tellius. So basically, Tellius games are the only ones that have Nile in it. That
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't remember it being in. I remember being in Path of Radiance. Radiant Dawn a little bit less, but now that I think about it, it would be in there because of the final boss, right? You needed Nile to kill the final boss, I think, or to make it easier,
I think so.
something like that.
I've seen this one clip of Sword Master. I don't remember his name, where he just procced Astra like 4 times in a row, worth of 2 damage each hit, and slowly wither away at the final boss map. I wish I had that clip because it's one of my favorite clips of Fire Emblem.
That's so
It
silly.
takes like a whole minute for the whole animation to play out, and it's hilarious.
Astra's, dude, has Astra always been a meme? Like, has it always been cringe? Like, just garbage in Fire Emblem? I don't feel like I can remember a game where it was actually, like, really good.
It's definitely unreliable, but I will say it's more useful to have it as an ability than as a combat art. Because I do remember in 3 Houses, the Sword Master Mastery class gives you Astra, and that one is just not worth it because it takes up 9 durability of your weapon, which durability is already like a bad thing from weapons. Like,
Yeah, it's
none of
annoying.
none of the like really like killers like the Wu Dao or Silver Sword have that much durability. And it's not even like a good combat art. Like, yeah, you can probably crit in every one, but you can also miss in every hit, and the damage total is just not worth it. It's not. However,
Right.
having it as an extra ability that can probably save you, it's not as terrible. It can definitely be a liability, but it's not that terrible. Especially considering that it has like a one-on-one to your skill, if I recall correctly, of proccing Astra. So like, if your skill is 20, then you have a 20% chance of activating Astra, right?
Okay.
and it's not that terrible.
Okay. Oh, I don't really remember it being super good, like ever.
No, it's not, but it's
Three
It's
Houses
not
Astra. Luminary
No,
says
yeah.
Three Houses Astra has minus 10 hit. Oh my gosh.
oh yeah, that too. It has minus 10 hit.
That's
For a
like,
weapon that's already not that accurate, especially considering that the enemies that
swords are pretty accurate,
one
aren't
that you
they?
really wanna
Aren't
do
swords
that
usually the
stuff.
most accurate?
they are the most accurate, but they also do the least amount of damage
Yeah.
of the whole group. So your
But-
total damage from an Astra is gonna come down to like 20.
Yeah.
At max.
But yeah, it's Three Houses Astra really is like terrible, right? It has like all the really bad downsides, and then they also add minus 10 hit for some reason. Because
Absolutely.
why not just bury the skill?
Yeah, it's not even like even Swordmaster is not that good of a class either. Like it has 5 movement, which in 3 houses is pretty bad. It's the same as the intermediate classes, which sucks. And they also get slowed down by terrain. So yeah,
They got
it's
nothing.
not that good
Yeah.
of a class.
I mean, well, what do you think of Swordmaster in Engage? Like, do you think it's any good?
Oh yeah, it's Swordmaster and Engage is definitely an upgrade from 3 houses. It's not the best class ever either, but it does benefit from 2 things. One, getting terrain avoidance is kind of good, especially if you hit the like threshold on maddening difficulty where enemies do attack you because they don't have 0 hit, they have like 1, 2, 3 or something like that. And 2, they're also a backup unit, so they can chain
Oh,
attack.
that's true. That's a good
It-
point. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad.
How about run through?
However,
What do you think of the ability to run through?
I've never found run through useful. I have not been in a situation where I have used run through ever. So I don't know about that one. I will say though, Swordmaster definitely gets outclassed by either Griffin Knight because it just has better growths, or what's it called? Or Hero because it has Brave Assist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Engage. Yeah, Luminary said Engage, Swordmaster, bottom 3. Yeah, I think I agree. There's not a lot. I forgot that the Swordmaster was a backup, so I guess like that's one thing. But like, there's nothing else about. It's just like the speed, and that it's a backup. That's like the only thing it is going for it. At least when I generally think of it.
yeah,
Perchance bottom 1.
the
No,
fact that
oh, wait,
the fact that
Nemo
Luminary
Ski-
says that it's bottom 3 is really funny because Swordmaster in 3 houses it's bad.
Yeah,
And Swordmaster in Engage is an upgrade from
that's true.
Swordmaster in 3 houses.
I mean,
So-
what about Berserker then? Like, because in my mind, when I think of the worst class, I think Berserker is one of them. Like, Swordmaster and Berserker are amongst the bottom tier for me, for sure. Well, like, what do you think of Berserker? Is Berserker trash in this game, or is it just me?
I mean, it has to be trash. I haven't really used Berserker at all. Like, for example, Pined, which comes already as a Berserker, I immediately reclass her into Hero because she just gets more benefits from being a Hero than a Berserker.
Just like anything,
It just
right?
has really, yeah, it just really has low stats besides HP and strength, which is weird because it's meant to be like a bulky class, right? And it has less defense than, I don't know,
Then like everything.
it probably everything, yeah. Not to mention resistance. The resistance is in par with an armor knight.
Tastes like
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it does, yeah, it's just bad, right? Like all the stat caps on the Berserker, like other than the strength and HP, they're just terrible.
They are
It doesn't
pretty
make sense.
terrible.
Like they're worse than a Sage in like every way. It feels like.
Yeah, the only reason to go Berserker on someone for
Score.
like for
We got
example-
stomach churning potato soup first try. Let's go, guys.
You got an F, right?
We got the
Yeah,
F.
Nice.
We're achievement
Anyways,
hunting. You probably didn't see, but we were talking about meals earlier. Sorry, I'm like changing the topic temporarily here. But I need to get more F
course.
meals. So, like I got all my meals right. I gotta cook
Are you
2 more
planning to
F
do
meals.
like a completionist?
What's that?
Are you trying to be like completionist in all of the?
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
all the achievements. My goal is to clear all the achievements. So I gotta cook all these meals yet, and I'm getting close. Getting close here.
I remember completing all of the achievements in Three Hopes in the Warriors game. It was pretty tedious because I had to go out with a lot of units. like in the exploration. I don't know who here played, Three Hopes. I actually really
did
like the game
myself.
because Three Houses has a really special place in my heart. It's the first Fire Emblem game that I played, and
Oh,
I
really?
have over
Wow.
30,000 hours in that game.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
That's it. I mean, it's a good time to jump in, dude. It's a good game.
yeah. So yeah, Three Hopes is good. IMO. It has a good story, but it's still a Warriors game, so it's gonna get tedious eventually.
Yeah, that's
right?
really, like, that's pretty much the reason why I'm never gonna play it. It's just like one of those button mashing, like, mindless action games, and I don't really care much for that. Like, I like Fire Emblem because it's turn-based. I don't like Fire Emblem because it's Fire Emblem, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Like, I won't just buy everything that has Fire Emblem plastered on it. Like, I gotta look at it and be like, yeah, it's gotta be the turn-based, the shit that I like.
Fair enough. I will say though, Three Hopes and Maddening does have like a decent challenge to it. You cannot just bottom match and hope to win. But it does get tedious, and the game actually never got patched. Like, there's a couple of bugs in the game. For example, there's an ability in there that is called Apex, like whatever your weapon is. So like Apex Sword or Apex Stone, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to increase the damage that you do on critical hits. And basically what it does is that it overwrites the damage that you do in an actual critical hit and replaces it with that like boost. So Apex Tome is basically like 1.5 times more what you would usually do, and the critical hits usually do 1.5 more damage.
Yeah.
And instead of applying the 1.5 times 1.5, it rewrites the 1.5 originally and replaces it with its own, essentially doing like less damage.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah, that is a bug that someone found. I don't remember who. Someone found within the game, and it never got patched. Never. And it's been 2 years since the game came out or something.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cope-
That's one, for example.
Cope
There's a
Warriors
couple
fans.
other bugs, but I don't remember which ones.
Yo, alright, so jump back to the Berserker here. Alright, says Berserker has its uses. Luminaries in here in the chat there. It says, Berserker has uses, but it needed to have way higher strength than the Warrior. Yeah, Warrior is just too good. Yeah, that I think I agree. It's like, yeah, like if you're gonna use Berserker, like you just go to Warrior instead, because it's basically just like better Berserker in every way, right? And you get bows, which is just nutty.
It is pretty nutty. Being able to chain attack from 2 to 3 spaces away is really good with the longbow.
I'm your knight.
Yeah, that and it's like the skill too. The Berserker's skill, like the Super Smash or whatever, like to move people 2 spaces. Like I don't know.
It's not really useful.
Yeah, like Merciless seems kind of good, dude. Like Warrior, like all you need, yeah, you find a dude that's broken and like you basically just kill him. It's awesome. Like I mean,
Basically, yeah.
I don't know if I call that a high tier skill. I personally haven't really made much use of it, but like on paper I could see how that's useful. Like Berserker 1, I'm just like, what am I ever gonna do with that? What am I ever gonna do with Smash? Like the bonus Smash for that? I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Honestly, the only units that benefit from Smash weapons are high defense or high avoidance units, which are pretty limited.
Which is not the Berserker, unless you have Ike.
No.
Like you basically have to give your Berserker Ike.
Yeah, that's what I did in my first run of Engage. Like, I kept Panette as a Berserker in my first run, and I gave her Ike. And that's about it. But then, on my next playthrough, I used Panette again. And I did read that Warrior was way better than Berserker. And I
Yeah.
did. And shocking, it was way better.
Yeah. But like, what were the reasons? Like, could you tell? It's just pretty much everything that we're already talking about already.
Yeah, basically more bulky and more utility with the chain attacks and the longbow. That's basically it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like the Warrior, yeah, quite a bit, just for like the longbow. Dude, the longbow with chain attacks is really. Maybe it's like everyone knows this, but for me, I was like, that feels really good. Because like, who was it? Alcaris and Etier. Like, I don't feel like they were like super. They weren't powerful archers. Like, they were fast, but they didn't like have a lot of like meat behind their shots.
Mhm.
So like a warrior was like an actual archer who could like chunk somebody. That's I think I appreciated that.
By the way, can we talk about Etier for a bit? Because I think it's pretty funny how they tried to make an archer that was supposed to be bulky, but then they took that back when her speed was already bad, and her strength is not even shocking. Like, she barely one-shots the archers in the, I mean, not the archers, flyers, in the chapter that she's introduced, and gets immediately outclassed by Alcris, first of all, and secondly by Ember, which just it's a straight up upgrade in all of her stats.
Oh yeah.
And ability as well.
No doubt.
What a lovely scene.
So yeah, I think that Panette is definitely, I mean not Panette, that STA is definitely a miss in
She's a-
terms of
Yeah,
creation.
she should just be removed from the game.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I actually do like her supports. She's actually a pretty funny character.
Etier is so slow. Warrior doubles down on her strength. Nemoski says.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, she is. very
Does she by
slow.
default go into a sniper? Is that what happens?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's not worthwhile.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
You just so you'd have to second seal her into a warrior. That's still like that. I don't know. Is that worth the investment though? Like, is she even good in warrior though? That's the thing. Like, she's got to be decent, right?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone is good in warrior, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
They can just be the extra oomph, as Bushrun says, the extra oomph that you need for you to kill a unit, right? But like,
Bushrun.
that's about it.
Say the
That's
word.
basically about it. I just noticed that all of your units are griffins.
Oh yeah.
I literally just noticed.
As well, especially for this mode, dude. Like, you need to they're all griffins with a void plus 30. That's it. Because like the AI, none of these units can do anything. But as I say that, other than my Ike user Marin, they all have a void plus 30. Marin is usually the one who dies. Like, and like 10% of the time somebody else will die. But yeah, if anyone dies, it's Marin because she's Ike, and I don't give her a void plus 30.
That
She-
is.
She has defense plus 5 and HP plus 15, so she can tank a bunch of hits. She doesn't dodge though. That's funny.
I will say that was perfect timing.
She hadn't died the entire stream, I don't think, until right there, and that was like my maybe my third or fourth play.
Yeah. Oh, about this realm battles as well. Huh, they're supposed to give you, like, the books that could make your engaged weapons have, like, effective damage against something.
Yeah.
But I have rarely, but probably not even, like, I don't think I have seen a single book drop from any of these battles. Not
Oh.
a single one.
You ever look it up online?
No, I
It's,
don't think so.
It's 10% chance, and that's only if you're on the highest difficulty.
10?
10%, yep. To
Dude,
get
it
one
felt like
book.
one.
Yeah, and you need 5 of them to get the upgrade. They're dumb, dude. They're so dumb. Whoever made that, whoever set that up was the same person who also decided you needed an achievement to cook 5 G rank meals. Like, there's an actual demon working for. Wait, who made this game? In systems?
EIS,
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, dude, 10%
Just,
drop. You gotta
odd
run through
one.
that like an average of what, 50 times ish. My math is probably off, but in my head I'm imagining 50 times to get basically 5 of those to drop at 10% rate.
Yeah, no, they're not worth it. They're absolutely not worth it.
I mean, I did it.
I will say though,
I did it for a lot
I
of
will
them.
say, I mean, sometimes the crystals that can drop can get you some nifty skills in the engaged weapons. Like, you can raise the might of one of the weapons a little bit further, for example, what's it called? Celicus, the ones that's effective against corrupted. I forget his name. What's the spell called?
Oh, the Seraphim, probably
Seraphim.
the engage weapon. Yeah.
That one, yeah. That one is one of those few weapons that is worth increasing the might with that method, and that's only because like there are maps filled with corrupted, right? So
Oh, yeah.
that's the only enemy you're facing. Well, might as well increase the damage that the weapon super effective against it does.
Yeah.
Super effective. This.
Oh, I've gone nuts
You get
though,
it.
dude. I've augmented like probably like 8 of my emblem weapons with or engage weapons with like effective damage. I've spent a lot of time doing that. Where are they? Oh, so yeah, Mercurius. I gave that flying effect.
Oh my god.
I gave Ragnarok flying
my-
effect. Yo, Warp Ragnarok with flying effect is absolutely hilarious, dude. You just do like 100 damage to a
Really?
flyer. Yeah. It applies it. Like when you use Warp Ragnarok, like the engage attack, yep, you get the flyer effect in there too. It's cool. I added
didn't know
armor
that.
effect in this to Tearfing. Yeah, every one of Leaf's weapons I added. So like Killer Axe has cavalry, Killer Lance or Master Lance has flyer, Lightbrand has effective armor. I've done it to a lot of the weapons. Binding Blade, effective
Oh my
armor.
god.
I didn't do Lance Reaver. I might get to it. I might add like horse effect here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It's a lot of grind though, dude.
Yeah, no,
can't do
like
Lin.
you've been in this file for a bit.
Yeah.
How much time do you have on this file alone?
It's like 330. It's the majority of my time.
Oh my god.
Yo, Irvin's
Yeah,
got
no,
the
like,
calf. Ragnall's got the
That's-
flyer.
The two different files that I have from postgame don't even reach 100 hours.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
gosh.
you've been doing some grinding non-stop. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
see that.
It's a good time. Says
Okay.
yo, G Caliber is a new person, a new face in the chat. Says, is it worth inheriting purely defensive skills outside of auto battle? I guess it depends. If you're playing through story, yes. I think so anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. My personal opinion, yes. Purely defensive skills I think are pretty much always useful, even for auto battle. Like whatever, story, auto battle, you name it. I think there's some use for them. You just gotta build your unit right, you know?
Right. I would say though, you do need to consider the maddening AI in the actual story. If someone is unable to receive damage from any unit, either from super high avoid or super high defenses, the unit is just gonna ignore
What were you thinking?
Right.
the enemy is just gonna ignore your unit. So you've
Right.
gotta be like meticulous in that matter. You gotta be like careful in those thresholds of the right avoidance or the right defense or resistance.
Yeah,
to
sorry, you wanted to be
completely
like
miss.
below 5, like below 5% hit, below 5 damage dealt kind of thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, those thresholds are hard to hit, but once you experiment a little bit with them, I'm pretty sure you can hit them just fine. I did that with Yunaka at one point. I gave her mark. Actually, that's what I did in my maddening playthrough as well. I was using Yunaka. I gave her mark so she can just naturally get the skills, and I believe it was avoid plus 25. And no engraved weapons at all to
Yeah.
hit those thresholds of below 5%.
Yeah, and it was like, right,
Uh,
yeah, they had like single digit hit rates, so they would basically never hit her anyway.
Yeah. And if they hit her, it would just be one time, right? So I can just heal her back.
Yup.
No big deal.
Now,
So yeah, hitting those thresholds, it is what's important in this game.
Yeah, I
in
agree.
general.
Especially on Maddening. Like any other difficulty, right, you just spam avoid and you just win.
a stunning performance.
Avoid or
I'm
Louis.
impressed.
Yeah, or Louis. Yeah, I forgot Louis really good on hard
Do you
too.
want to keep
Yeah.
going?
Yo,
Oh,
even,
dude,
even like,
like-
pure water. Like, yo, you just give him a pure water and a spear, like he dunks on like everything.
I'm pretty sure that he is the best unit in hard mode because people, enemies are gonna attack him anyways. So
Yeah, right. They all commit suicide, dude. It's great.
yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny. So yeah, experiment a little bit. See what works out.
G Caliber says, I find high avoid builds inherently unreliable, since it relies on RNG to survive, unless it's guaranteed. Huh. That's true.
There is some reasoning to that.
RNG is everything.
Because, yeah, sometimes you can just get unlucky, man. Like, it happens. You have no idea how many times I've dealt with Lady Luck herself in this game. It happens.
Yeah.
Right? But if you do want to do like an avoided-based unit, that's your best chance. I wouldn't recommend it because, again, maddening is a completely different beast from hard. So, yeah. Instead of doing avoid, you do utility.
Yeah, I think
Utility's
for
way
my
better.
Yunaka, like I played, like my first time through maddening, I used Louis and Yunaka, like basically, like for that, like dodge tanking and physical tanking. I think my Yunaka died one time the entire run, and like, and I did the rewind to get rid of it, to undo it. But it was like, yeah, she got hit by like an 11% and then like a 23%. It was just like, yeah, 2 hits in a row that like would have more than likely missed, if not at least one of them missed, but no, two in a row. At like below 25%, they both hit her, and yeah, I got boned. It was annoying.
Yeah, it happens, Like,
but it was once, yeah,
eventually-
like it was once between all like what 25, 26 chapters. So it's like, yeah, like it's very unlikely, and that's what you got rewinds for, right?
Exactly. But, it eventually will happen where if your avoidance is not perfectly zero, that's 20 points, you're gonna get hit, right? Because the accumulative RNG, it essentially makes it so that you eventually get hit, right? Like, in other words, 5% or 2% or 11% is not zero. So that means that there is a chance to hit. And the more times you get attacked and don't get hit, the more chances are that you're gonna get hit eventually.
Yeah.
Just because accumulative RNG works. It's eventually gonna hit you. So
Right.
yeah, it happens. All you can do at that point is use a different strategy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Luminary says, what's dumb about the augmenting system? Yeah, you don't get the orbs back. Yo, that crap, oh my gosh. Yeah, if you strip the augments, you don't get the orbs back. Or like even like if you strip effective damage, which is like, yeah, that's even
you
worse.
don't get the books back either.
Yeah, you don't get
That
any of that
is the
stuff back
most-
when you strip it. That's so annoying.
I like how the developer was like, yeah, this is our take on post-game in Fire Emblem Engage, and they just made it the worst thing ever.
A 200-hour grind.
The shops don't restock. So if you sold the weapon that's no longer available, well, too bad. If you run out of silver ingots, you're just gonna have to grind for them. Not buy them anymore, no matter how much money you grind. And the augmented things, you don't get the orbs back either. It's so dumb. I don't know what they were cooking with the post game in this game, but it's definitely not a post game.
Yeah, like it's hard to experiment because of that.
Good catch.
Like it would be nice if you could,
Precisely.
yeah, like when you strip it, you get the stuff back. That would actually be a good idea. Like I didn't even think of that. But yeah, like it makes it hard to experiment because yeah, like if you fuck up the experiment, especially with augmenting engage weapons, you're like, oh great, I gotta undo 3 hours of grinding and go do it again now. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but congratulations, you made an awful idea. Yahoo! Moving on.
Oh. Yeah, you got it. But here, Nemowski says, enemies attack on maddening if they have 0 hit, but they have a chain attack. And the enemy AI doesn't see pair up. I didn't know that. So if you have ability to avoid, and you inherit pair up, enemies can suicide into you. Yeah, I'm assuming if they have a chain attack. That's funny.
Yeah, that's also another thing that I forgot to mention. In the Kuro video of the no engage thingy, there was a moment where he put like 3 avoid tanks in the 26th chapter where you fight Mom, right? The Lumera, I mean.
Oh yeah.
He created a choke point with his avoid tanks right before the Lumera chamber thingy, right there. And I did see that a unit first lined up in front of Marin with. But then the second one came in and it actually attacked her, even though she also had 0% hit on Merit, right?
Yeah.
But it did trigger the chain attack, so yeah. Even though
Right.
you have like a billion avoid or a billion damage, enemies will still attack you if they can set up a chain guard. I mean a chain guard, a chain attack.
Yeah, and I guess so they don't know about pair up. That's funny.
I
That's
actually
a good
didn't
way
know
to
that.
to force them to commit suicide. You just you abuse
Yeah.
pair up. That's cool.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's a reliable avoid strategy. You just inherit like avoid plus 20 and pair up, and there you go. You have a reliable avoid tank.
Or you hold Corrin, yeah.
That too. Yeah, there are some ways around this. It's not a closed game. It's a experimental game. So run wild, I guess. Do you have any idea how many builds I've done in my 1,000 hours? Maybe they weren't hard, probably most of them, but there's still fun stuff that you can do in there.
Oh yeah, on hard, you
know,
can have
like-
a lot more fun, like just making up random builds for on hard. Like they're cool, like
Oh.
thematic builds, you know.
Absolutely.
like
One of my
mapping.
favorite ones for
I don't know
sure
if you can do that.
was I believe. Okay, let me think. I believe I gave Timera Sigurd, right? And I just fed her as much what's called dexterity and strength as possible, so that the override had a high chance of activating Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Every single hit from the override attack from Sigurd has a chance of activating Sandstorm. So
Yeah, that makes
sometimes you
sense.
just activate Sandstorm 5 times and delete all of the units that otherwise would not have taken that bit of damage. Which it has been one of my favorite builds. I do recommend it if you want to.
Yeah, you can
Just
do that
hit
with
Chimera with Sigurd.
you can do that with. Well, I assume that happens with any engage attack, though, right? Sandstorm can proc on any engage attack.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen it in
probably
Outrealms with
first.
Erica and Ephraim. Like I'm pretty sure it can actually you can proc Sandstorm on Ephraim's attack. I could have sworn I'd seen where Sandstorm had proc twice, on the Twin Strike, where like you swing the sword and then Ephraim does the lance. I'm pretty sure I've seen that in Outrealms where one of my units got deleted by that, and I was like, what the hell? Like, yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sandstorm with the Ephraim attack can do quite a bit of damage. Because it's two separate attacks. The attack itself is two different attacks. It's the attack that you do with the sword and the attack that you do with the lance. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Sandstorm can activate for either of them. If you
Yeah.
both.
Yo, so this is funny. Yeah. So Niemuski says most Dex proc skills work on engage attacks. Yeah. So Sandstorm, Luna, Ignis. So how? I should try that. Like, so Sandstorm probably works on like Astrostorm, right? For like what's her name, Lynn. Like, I wonder how powerful that is. That would be funny to try.
I have tried that.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Tamara doesn't have like that high of a strength, like stat
Yeah.
or defense for that matter, to actually be like impactful. I'm pretty sure that Alchris with Luna does more than than Sandstorm.
Even in like post game though, so like let's talk post game. Like even if like you got cap stats across the board for Tamara, like is it still pretty bad that you can like what do you think?
I don't think I reached post game when I did that with Tamara, but I'm pretty sure that I switched Lynn out of Tamara pretty quickly. Because it was just not doing enough damage.
Yeah, Tamara's bad. I've never liked her. In like the story, I tried her. I just couldn't. I can't do her.
I mean, Tamara is one of my favorite characters, so I did use her quite often. But as a unit, yeah, she's not very great.
Even when she's capped, dude, like her stats are just like not that good. Like her defense, I wish her defense was higher. I think it's really mostly it.
Funny enough, she actually has better stats if you put her into a Wyvern Knight.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because the strength is higher, the speed is a little bit lower, but it gets remedied by the Wyvern Knight skill, which is Air Raid, right? That's also pretty good. Defense is also super high as well. Yeah, no, she just has better stats as a Wyvern Knight.
Yeah, she's just not that good. Like her dex is the only thing she has. Her dex is good in this class, and like that's it. And she has Sandstorm.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And even with You know, that 50 dex means that you have a 50% chance of activating Sandstorm,
Which is nice.
which is
Yeah.
not that reliable.
Well, it's not reliable, but it's nice. 50% I think is decent enough. That's my opinion though.
I mean, if she had 50% in the actual story, then we could talk.
Yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah. I'm strictly talking endgame. That's pretty good for like when you have 50%. It's
Yeah.
I think it's good.
That's
So wait, G Caliber says, where was it? See, sword power boosts all 4 of quadruple strikes hits from Leaf. Yes, it does. I don't know why. It's a bug. The same thing goes for momentum. I've heard. I haven't seen it. I've heard Sigur's momentum, like if you inherit it, and then like you walk and then you swing with your quadruple hit, the momentum will add to all 4 of the hits instead of just the first one, which is
you know, in the Dragon class, which already adds like a 20% boost to the actual attack, and then inherited sword power +5, and you actually have a pretty reliable delete button. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
It's a good strategy that you can do.
I did.
There goes Marin. She died again. Time to drink.
Shocker.
I don't expect anyone else really dies. So wait, alright, Luminary says weapon power works on the entirety of any multi-part engage attack. Really? Huh. Okay. So, what am I thinking of? So like if you have sword power, like speaking of Ephraim, the Twin Strike, if you have sword power, then does that mean that the Twin Strike does 20 more damage instead of 10 more damage? That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know
that.
that.
That is correct. It
So
also,
it
also works for...
Do we assume that momentum also works the same way, then? That, like, momentum would also apply to all of the hits of an engage attack like that?
Probably. Because I also know that Axe Power, for example, does buff Houses Unite as well. Because it counts Aimer as a melee weapon. So...
Wow.
Yeah, probably works with momentum as well.
Dang. That's a funny way to, like, make, like, an engage nuke. An engage attack nuke, because like you use like Axe power and momentum, and you just have a dude do a bazillion damage with one engage attack.
I mean, it does make sense, right? Like, for example, Great Ether from Ike gets buffed by Axe power. So why wouldn't the rest be buffed by their respect?
Whatever, the silver great axe to you, right? Or what the Erica one, the Twin Strike. It's like, well, it's like a sword and a lance hit. It's like, so why does sword power apply to both a sword and a lance, right? Or even for Leaf's thing, it's like, well, why? Like, Leaf is using a sword, a lance, an axe, and a bow in his attack. So it's like, why does that apply to all 4 when it's sword power, you know?
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Leaf needs it, though. Someone was memeing about it. Yeah, Luminary says Leaf needs one thing going for him. So yeah, I agree. It's like, at least Leaf's got something that it's like you can make a nutty engage attack, I guess.
Yeah, but that's about everything that you can do with him, honestly. Yeah. I have not seen Leaf actually been useful besides, you know, having an engage nuke. Because honestly, his weapons suck. They do lack accuracy in all of his weapons, so they suck. Vantage is only good with Wrath, and honestly, if you're running Vantage, like vanilla Vantage, which is only on Leaf, it only activates when you engage, right? And you're gonna switch your weapon. So, like, you want your Forged Killer Axe to activate on Vantage, not on
Vantage, wait, don't you get Vantage just by wearing it, like, passively? You don't have to engage for that, do you?
Do you?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, you get it. Like, look at my Lapis. Like, down here, Vantage is lit up. It's active while you're wearing it. You know, it's the other two. So it's adaptable, yeah, and quad hit, of course. Adaptable, the one that where you switch weapons, that's the one that only works while you're engaged.
Never mind then. See, this is the thing. I don't have any experience with a 6 thing.
Bond 9, right? Because you don't want to hit Bond 10 intentionally. Like, that's so bad when you have to intentionally ignore like half of the mechanics of the game. Yeah, Bond 9 Leaf, Killer Bow, and Forged Killer Axe. Yeah. Yeah, that G Caliber. Yeah, that sounds right. It's like, dude, it's so dumb. You have to actively avoid like progressing the way you're supposed to in order to use it optimally. It's trash.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though.
I can fight.
I will say, kind of funny. Yeah, but no. Leaf is just very good. say the least.
Adaptable is good in theory, but bad in execution. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even bothered to learn completely how it works. All I know is whatever conditions it uses for how it switches weapons, yeah, it's poorly devised. Let's call it that.
Anyways, it's been fun talking to you, but I'm gonna head up now. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed because
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's been nice chatting,
Okay.
dude. Take it easy.
Alright, everyone in the stream, take care, have a good night, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Yep, have a good one. Yo, Vajra Musti is so broken. I love that. I just one-shot the armor. Casually one-shot that armor. Bye, Greg Lover. Greg Lover. I don't think I've seen his name around on the Discord. Although I read the Discord only once in a while, and only more recently, of course. Protect. If Lightbrand had a physical attack instead, Leaf might be salvageable? Really? Bye, Chloe. Goldmary's next. Oh, she's still alive. I almost wish... You know, I don't really know what I wish. Yeah, Leaf is just really I don't know. Leaf is just confused. There are no words. Yeah, like, even in the end game, like, for post-game, it's like... Sometimes I'm like, what do I do with Leaf? It's hard. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Lightbrand, whether it's physical or magical, I don't think it solves a lot of Leaf's problems. It's just like a minor issue, for sure. Alright, where the heck am I going? Here? Oh wait, this doesn't one-shot him? Are you serious? Yeah, it's a start. Right, it's a start. Alright, how would you guys fix Leaf? What's the long list of things you would do to fix Leaf? Change adaptable, number one, right? Like, how would you... What do you do to make adaptable better, though? That's the real question. Yeah, we'll take that. Adaptable loves plus 10 luck? Really? What? It's dumb. Alright, I'm auto-battling this. I'm too lazy for this crap. Oh my gosh, you guys are going at it. You can't put Leaf on a physical unit. Pass spawn level 15. Yeah, alright, wait, I read that. Okay. What will actually solve Leaf's problems is being able to eat Lightbrand like a phone. I've never played that game, the game that Leaf is in, but that sounds funny. They should have put that in there. That would have been pretty cool. I mean, it's like the candy, right? They have the candy lances and shit in this game. The meme lances. They should have just given that to Leaf. Yeah. There's no reason that could have been that can't be on Lightbrand, you know? Give it FE5 Master Lance, and I mean a 1/1 replica of it. That, I don't know what that is. I actually like... If I had to pick one out of the 3 Leaf weapons, I like Master Lance the most. Although that's speaking from pure post-game perspective, because Divine Pulse fixes the hit rate problems. And then you just whack a dude from 2 range 4 times. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Adaptable has a... Yeah, that's what I mean. So Luminary saying, no, Adaptable has a specific set of priorities it follows. That's what I mean. It's like, what... Luminary, I assume you know those conditions. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I've read them like once or twice. That's like what... the first thing... Isn't the first thing that it prioritizes is like to get arm shield bonus, right? It's either getting arm shield bonus or it's the ability to retaliate. I don't remember which one it is. So like if it's range 1-2, it's like then he'll equip Lightbrand or Master Lance, even though like arm shield. But I want to say it actually prioritizes arm shield first, which is kind of dumb. Like that's number 1 for me. Like that's got to go. I almost wish they would give you a list. You know what would fix Adaptable? Is that like there's some way for you to see the list of options to be like, make adaptable work. Like, put this as my top priority for like me. But give each individual player like a list to say which one do you want it to prioritize first for your unit, and say, okay, arm shield or retaliation at range, or yeah, magic versus physical. Like, that would be cool. You know what I mean? To be like, let me set the priority that adaptable uses. That would be interesting. That would be the best way to do it. How do you implement that? I don't know, but that's how I would want to see it. In FE5, Master Lance 14 might and doubles an enemy phase? Oh my gosh. That's nutty. Yeah, that would be good. But like, what if I prioritize hit rate or damage or vice versa? Like, I have no choice. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, yo, it would be cool that, like, if at like the start of the meta. Ah, here it is. Adaptable's priority list. 1, counterattack. Okay. 2, triangle advantage. Right. Or neutrality. 3, effective damage. 4, whichever weapon has the highest total stats of might plus dodge plus hit plus crit. My goodness. Okay. So it is right. Number 1 is counterattacking, and number 2 is the triangle advantage for arm shield. How weird. Where's the Sommie? We gotta go to the Sommie. I didn't know it prioritized effective damage, though. Although it's kind of low on the list, unfortunately. But that's pretty interesting. Because it kind of gives you another reason to augment his weapons with effective damage. Fishing time. Fishing time! But Luminary, thanks for the list. That's, yeah, that's insane. I don't know. I think the devs intended for adaptability to trigger arm shield to make it more of a defensive skill than an enemy phase juggernaut. Right. Yeah, when I think of Leaf, I just feel like he's Marth. I just feel like it's Marth, like, but slightly more defensive. That's pretty much it. Like, he's less powerful offensively than Marth and more defensive just because of, like, arm shield. And he's just kind of worse in every way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how... That's just how I think of Leaf, though. I just feel like he's got a big engage attack. And, like, that's kind of how I see Marth. At least from, like, post-game experience. Is like, Marth is just kind of, like, divine speed, you get access to swords, and you get his engage attack. Like, Leaf, I kind of see it the same way. Leaf is just, like, you get 3 weapons that, whatever, it's kind of easy to break anybody that you want to. And then you get arm shield, which kind of helps you survive an enemy phase. And you get his engage attack to nuke one guy. Oh, also, there's a 5th priority. If the weapons have the same stats, alright, yeah, so like for conditions 1 through 4, if they're somehow the same or equal, right, with all that, it's whichever weapon is first in the inventory. Oh man, it's a light brand. Light brand getting boned because it's the 3rd weapon out of the 3.
Where were you thinking?
Martha's a player phase nuke and nothing else. Yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. I guess that's true. But I mean, that's kind of how I view Leaf, dude. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like he's only player phase for post game now. Maybe during like the actual campaign and stuff. Yeah, I think Leaf is probably okay as like a defensive emblem, but for post game, I just feel like Leaf is kind of a slightly worse Marth in a lot of ways. Because like, yeah, he's less offensive and more defensive, but like, I don't think Leaf, like the arm shield, I don't think it makes enough of a difference defensively that
Where were you thinking?
I don't think. Yeah, it makes enough of a difference defensively that like it makes that it ever really matters a lot in like Outrealms or like post game. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just how I see it.
Now.
Nemoski says I gotta get on my own grind.
Left.
Go catch some fish, and complete all the achievements with me, and go beat my defense in Outrealms. I gotta change my defense at some point. Because I messed up my build a little bit,
I'm impressed.
but I'll get there.
Do you want to keep
Leaf
going?
is bad. Yeah, Leaf is kind of just bad altogether. It's unfortunate.
Where were you
There's
thinking?
like not really much to salvage him. I think he's marginally better in post game compared to like the campaign, but again, that's just my personal experience. Like I use him on my offense team, like my attacking team for Outrealms. Like I augmented all of his weapons. Like I just spam the augments because I don't really care. I think if anyone, like if any emblem appreciates, weapon augments for all of his weapons, it's Leaf,
Nicely done.
for sure. I don't even have a post-game file. Yo, go do a casual. Do you have a casual one? You gotta do casual, dude.
Do you want to keep going? Pick a rod.
Oh, you need to do the DLC. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, that
Where were
I
you
can see.
thinking?
I'm in the middle of one that's supposed to become post-game. Yo, do a casual. Start a casual game. That's what I did. I did hard casual, like just for my first hard playthrough, just to kind of see what it was like.
Now.
Oh shoot. Cause the worst thing about it is for some reason you can't change from classic down to casual in the bed. Like when you go to the bed, you can only change from maddening to hard to normal, but you can't change between classic and casual. So like if you want to have a casual file, you have to do it from the very beginning when you start a brand new file. It's so dumb.
Where were you thinking?
I want to learn the Outrealm meta, but oh no, Nintendo Switch Online to play. Yeah, understandable. It's kind of dumb that you need Nintendo Switch Online for that when it's like not even live PvP. Like you play one player's map. Like it's still the AI. I don't know why they made that a thing. Like Nintendo really milking that NSO freaking subscription.
Stunning performance.
It's the same thing with Mario Maker too. Like, now that I'm thinking of Mario Maker, I forgot about this. I was really annoyed. So I have Mario Maker 2. You can't download any maps. Like, I'm not even talking about playing multiplayer. Like, I want to play solo by myself or, like, with my daughter, like, locally. I can't even go and download the map from the internet. Wait, am I remembering this right? I think that's the case. There's something that's like, I can't play, like, a random map online by myself unless I have NSO. It's like, why? Why can't I just download a freaking map and play it? It's like, it's no wonder people pirate games and emulate games. Because, like, the systems that are in place are so fucking stupid. The systems, like, it's money. It feels like money grabbing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just Nintendo's just bad. Like, they don't understand how to do online. But, like, it feels like it's money grabbing when it doesn't need to be money grabbing. It's like, I'm not even playing with anyone in these games. Like, why? Why are you charging me money to download a map and play it, like, by myself? Get out of here. Like, charging me money, a subscription-based thing to play a map by myself. Like, I get, like, DLC, maps, and all that, whatever. Like, you pay one time. But, like, for subscription-based things, that's my real. That's where I'm really mad. It's like, oh, like, if I have Mario Maker 2, it's like, what if in a year from now, like, I don't have NSO, and now I want to go and download a map, and now I can't, and now I gotta go pay for another subscription. It's mind-boggling to me. It's very frustrating. For me, as a consumer, anyway. G-Caliber, from what I can tell, the attackers are much more favorable. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely true. But it's 12 versus 8. Like, there's 12 AI defenders. Versus 8 attackers. Like, you bring 8 attackers in. And you have 15 turns. So, but the 15 turns, like, I think the longest I've ever taken on an Outrealms game was 12. So the 15 turns, like, is not really. I mean, maybe I'm a fast player, but I don't tend to think I am.
Where were you thinking?
But it's something to consider, that it's like, you do have a turn limit. It just depends on how much you turtle. I tend to think I kind of turtle more than not. But yeah, altogether, like, I think if you really take your time and think out your turns, I think generally the attacker is favored. But you gotta have, like, a good team. Like, you gotta have your team built up and trained. It's like the ultimate campaign map, right? Like, you have a bunch, like, you're killing 10 completely kitted out units in Outrealms. And they all have emblems, more than likely, anyway. Like, you're fighting against a Corrin, and a Sigurd, and a Celica, and a Lyn, and, like, you know, all these, like, super, at least at, like, the high-tier Outrealm maps, of course. And, like, when you first start playing Outrealms, yeah, people got real jank builds, but, like, after, like, your first, whatever, like, 20, maybe even fewer games, like, you'll start finding people who actually have, like, good builds, and you gotta think at least a little bit before you go in. Alright, gonna go to the grind now while I'm still motivated. Alright, Nemoski. See ya, in case, if you're still here, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Give me that, what's his name? Bicep tuna, whatever it is. I can't do
I
English.
suppose fishing isn't
Bisset?
all about
That's bicep,
results.
right? Come on.
Do you want to keep going? Where were you thinking?
What is this music? I imagine the player can abuse Micaiah to entrap and pick apart larger forces easily. Yeah, you basically got it.
All about results.
It's not foolproof, but it's generally how you can win. What am I thinking here? What am I thinking here? I would say, yeah, as you get higher, like higher tiers, like Micaiah Entrap is like the most common thing you see, like whenever your defense gets attacked. Yeah, Micaiah Entrap's like #1. Like, I'll freely admit that. Like, I'm never playing Outrealms without Micaiah plus Entrap on my offense team. But you can build your defense to somewhat ward that off. Like, you put like your most valuable units all the way in the back. And it is pretty far, like, such that, like, if they want to entrap your backmost units, like, they have to put their guy, like, in the middle of the map, their Micaiah user, like, toward the middle. And so it's like, well, then they have to, like, I run Cantor on my Micaiah, it's Hortensia. It's, everyone, I might as well say, like, everyone's running Hortensia Micaiah. That, I'm not sure if I very often see Micaiah on anyone else. Oh, wait, not Poolside, Orchard. But yeah, so it's like I have Cantor on Hortensia for that, like to try and run away so that she's not stuck in the middle of the map. It's pretty terrifying. But like then you can have like Sigurd and like Roy on a Cav and like Camilla, like kind of in the middle or even towards the front. So like if someone tries to entrap one of your backmost units, like your Lyn or your what's her name? Vale Soren, like who usually you want to plant in the back. It's like then Sigurd and Roy and Camilla, like they all get the bonus move. Well, Roy has to be with a Cav for that, on a Cav. But like then those three are like towards the front, and now they're moving like 8, 9, 10 spaces and trying to nuke. You know what I mean? Like trying to kill the Micaiah or any other weak units in the vicinity. So you know, like the #1 strat, like you already know it. It's like, yes, Micaiah and Trap is the #1 strat, but so it's like a lot of things kind of revolve around how do you protect that as the attacker and how do you deal with that as the defender. Like when you're building your own defense is how do I kill, you know, how do I put pressure on a Micaiah user and try and kill them. And if Micaiah's not entrapping like your Soren and your Lyn, well then Soren and Lyn are killing people because they got the massive 10 range, right? It's a whole game. I like it. It's cool. I mean, I don't have Soren, and maybe at some point I'll get the DLC. I want to see it go on sale, and then maybe I'll try. Then maybe. But until then, I'm Sorenless, so I don't use Vale for anything because she kind of sucks if she doesn't have Soren. Alright, it's time to sleep 1,000 times. Here we go. I still need the achievement for sleeping X number of times anyway, so... You can only sleep, like, you only get the achievement, or the point. Yeah, you have to wake up to your allies. You only wake up to an ally once per visit to the Somnial. So, like, even though I repeatedly sleep, Kagetsu will come here, no one else comes after this. Luminary, if you think Veil Soren is crazy, wait until Veronica with a tome innate High Priest. Tell me about it. I've never seen it. Is this something you use, Luminary? Veronica with tome innate High Priest. Why? I'm interested. I would always love to see. Even though I can't implement Veronica yet, maybe I will. You'll make me want to get the DLC even more. Chloe. Oh, you've used it twice, but it literally breaks the game. It's is it reprisal? Like, you talking an enemy phase? Like, are you using, like, holdout reprisal? Is that why? Oh, I didn't even check who was in the freaking kitchen. I just slept twice in a row without checking, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Come on, Vale and Alfred. Vander. Reprisal Thoron? Okay. How much defense does Veil Soren have? You can bait it and shred it with Marth. You probably could. Well, no, that's not really baiting. Alright, no. You can't really bait it and shred it with Marth because, well, I don't really know how you're doing that, I guess. Because Veil Soren can, alright, so the defense is like, I'm gonna say it's like 24, maybe 25. It's not that good. That's for sure. And her HP is like 50, I think. At max, it's 50, I want to say. Alright, so number one here, before we get too far. You can use tonics on your defense, and that actually applies. So, like, when you build your defense team, you can have them all drink tonics, and every time they're defending, like every time somebody attacks, they will always have those tonics active. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, number two is, well, Veil Soren's just going to shoot you from, what is it, like 8, 10 spaces away because of bolting. So I don't know if it's going to be that easy to get Marth to wipe her out. Silence can work, I think. But again, like, doesn't Silence have like a range of like 6? I guess unless you have Silence on your Hortensia, on your Hortensia slash Micaiah user, then you can silence Soren from very far away, which maybe isn't a bad idea. Felchai Veil has 48, 25 when capped. Right, okay, thank you, Luminary. Right, so then you add 5 to the HP, right? Because of Tonic, and then 2 to the defense because of Tonic. That's one thing you gotta consider too, is like when you're looking at other units, is like, at least if you're considering Outrealms, is that like, at least any of the high tier defenses, they're gonna have tonics on their defense team. Rosado. So like every unit has plus 5 HP and plus 2 to all of their other stats as well because of the tonics. Amber. But yeah, so I don't think I've run Silence. Funny enough, I don't think I use Silence on my Outrealms team, and I have a lot of staff. I mean, I have a ton of freaking... I have, like, all Griffins. I run, I think, 6 Griffins out of 8, and I don't use Silence on any of them. Not even my, Micaiah, either, and she's not a Griffin. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I should try Silence on Soren. I usually just kill him. I usually just entrap him and kill him, though. I don't care. I'll figure it out. Veil Soren is the most freaking nuisance thing this game has ever introduced, if you ask me. Obnoxious? Maybe not nuisance. It's obnoxious and a nuisance. How about that? How many F meals did I need? I need 2 more, right? I can't wait until I'm not sleeping a bazillion times, waiting for Alfred and Vale to show up. It was bad with Yunaka, and it's annoying here, too. time do we got? I got 11:40. 11:40 my time. Speaking of sleep, Bonet again. Why does Bonet keep showing up? Maybe I'll just make an S meal with Bonet if he shows up again. Because why not? Whoops. Kagetsu. Tiamat. How does the AI prioritize engage attacks in Outrealm? Alchrist. So what I've noticed, I don't know for sure, take this with a grain of salt, and this might be the same as what it does in the actual campaign, I don't know. But usually what I see is it'll prioritize, alright, so number one, it prioritizes kills, that's for sure. Alright, and I'm kind of going to go on a tangent here, but I have a clip, and I wonder if I could find it. I clipped it on my Switch. I had an Alchrist with Lyn. Like, so I tried to bait Lyn's Astrostorm, like, by putting Ike with Ragnar. Like, because, you know, you saw my Marin has Ike. By putting Ike with Ragnar, like, for +5 defense, in the range of Alchrist, he wouldn't shoot my Ike. And, like, what he did is he spent, like, 3 or 4 turns walking toward the rest of my team. He ignored my Ike, and eventually shot down one of my other units. So, like, they get tunnel vision somehow, and I don't know how they do it. But, like, he had plenty of turns where he could have shot my Ike, and I'm sure it wasn't going to KO, and maybe that's why. Like, the AI might hold on to engage attacks until they can actually get a kill. But that's not always true either, because I've seen them repeatedly, like, try and kill my Ike with other stuff. Drugon! Yo! Drugon, welcome! Glad to catch the stream. Yeah, we're spamming about Outrealms. We're talking about Outrealms right now. As I'm sleeping, trying to get cooking going. So like, I've seen them use, like, I've seen like 2 or 3 engage attacks go into my Ike. So it's like, I don't know what randomly, like, makes them decide to not use engage attacks. But what I generally see is that they tend to prioritize getting a kill. And then after that, it's like if they killed multiple units, like what I see with Lyn, especially, like killing my Griffins, because like I have a ton of Griffins, they'll usually tend to kill whichever unit has the most HP. So like, and I see this a lot with Lapis, right? Alright, who's in the kitchen? Yunaka. Because I'll show you, like, because Leaf, right? So like all my Griffins tend to have, wait, where are my Griffins? They're mostly down here. Like, they all have 68 HP, right? Like, so you'd think it might just pick a random one and kill him. But, well, other than Marin, because it doesn't like to kill Ike when it's engaged for some reason. But, like, they will constantly target Lapis. Like, despite her having more defense and more HP, she still gets one-hit KO'd by Astrostorm. And so it makes me wonder if they kill her because she has more HP, because, like, everyone else is 68, but she has 75 because of Leaf giving +7 up here. So I think, right, so number one, they tend to want to target one-hit KOs, but number two, they'll target whoever they can one-hit KO, and if they have, like, the highest HP, because, like, I've seen that a lot with Lapis, they will constantly kill Lapis. If they don't try and kill Ike, they'll look at Lapis next. But they also did it with Boucheron, so, like, I used to have Boucheron with Roy, I'm sorry. I used to have Boucheron paired with Roy, and I think Roy gives +10, yes. So, like, I saw that a lot with Boucheron getting killed by Astrostorm as well. They would constantly target Boucheron. I'm like, why are they killing Boucheron? And I think it was because he had the highest HP. So, like, yeah, he would, like, all my Griffins would get one-hit KO'd, but they're like, oh, wait, this guy has the biggest HP value. Let's kill him. So, that's all I've noticed, though. That was, like, a 10-minute rant on that. But, yeah, they want one-hit KOs usually. And then past that, it's, okay, who has the biggest HP pool? Let's kill that guy. So, maybe there's a way to bait engage attacks with warriors, because, like, they have huge HP. I don't know. That's all I got for you, though. G-Caliber. Alright, was it because I read 0 damage, or maybe because it's a damage threshold that needs to be met. Maybe. I'll tell you one thing for sure though, like a Griffin engaged, they have shot my Marin when she's been engaged with Ike. Did my music stop? Hang on. I'll get back to that in a moment. I have seen my Griffin, my Ike, while engaged, get shot by Astrostorm. It's like 50-50, right? And yeah, Ike, sorry. So while engaged, Ike doesn't die from Astrostorm. I want to say he takes like 50-ish%, like my Marin, I should say, because Marin's a Griffin. Like there's still the arrow, you know, the flyer weakness. So like you still take a lot of damage from it. So I don't know if there's a threshold. I don't know why it sometimes chooses to shoot Marin, and then sometimes will like literally walk within like 5 or 6 spaces of Marin just to shoot like someone who's like 50. Like dude, I hide like a pussy. I hide my freaking my Griffin's like a total pussy, like in the back corner, and I will send Ike like way out. Like it's crazy. Like Ike is like 15 spaces away from the rest of my Griffins, like because I'm trying to prevent freaking Astrostorm from killing my Griffins. And yeah, like dude, he'll walk within a few spaces of my my Ike user to shoot way to the back corner to kill Lapis. It's so funny to me. I don't know. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you, dude. It gets like tunnel vision sometimes. The strat is to get expansion pass because Dimitri's shield gamut can block and wait, what? Dimitri's shield gamut blocks ranged engaged attacks? Wait, does it block every hit of the Astrostorm then? I would imagine it only blocks the first hit. Have you seen that, Luminary? That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Whoops, that's reference. Jean. Can we just get Alfred or freaking Vale in here already? Come on, Alfred and Vale. I need you. Saphir. DLC privilege is real. Yes, it is. Luminary. I saw it yesterday in Lin's Paralog. that is so broken. If I ever get the DLC, I'm gonna intentionally try and abuse that for fun, because that's hilarious. Like when I get the Dimitri shield gambit figured out, I don't even know how it works. I've seen it, like I've had to deal with it, not with an engaged attack, but like I have had to deal with how it blocks like a ranged attack. All right, Bonet. I'm just gonna use Bonet and get my S meal in, because I'm sick of this. Oh. It needs to be a ranged, yeah, so range 1. So I wonder if, like, especially in Outrealms, is the AI smart enough, though? Because, alright, another common thing I see on defense teams is that they're onto the flyer meta. I mean, I am too. Everyone is, right? So almost everyone runs Warp Ragnarok, or I should say just Ragnarok, with flyer. Like, they augment it with flyer effective damage, right? I still need an S meal, right? So, like, what I'm wondering is if the AI on Outrealms is smart enough to look at Dimitri and say, oh, should I range 1 Warp Ragnarok instead of range 2? Because, like, if I could take a flyer and eat, like, a whole flyer effective Warp Ragnarok, that would be really nice. Dang, dude. Yo, DLC privilege is real. Who said that? Yeah, G Caliber, I'm with you. I don't have the DLC. It is real. Do I need an S meal? I don't need an S meal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need... I actually need F meals, dude. It's so annoying. Shield Gambit is just self-bonded shield for ranged attacks. But that's weird, because bonded shield doesn't prevent engage attacks, does it? Am I crazy? I thought it didn't block engage attacks. So I'm shocked that Shield Gambit would block an engage attack. Stand on the tip of Warp Ragnarok. That's true. That's assuming the AI is dumb enough to not see. All right, you make me want. I really want to experiment with that, dude. That would be a lot of fun to see. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You could be at the range and try and bait it into using it. I haven't seen that done to my defense team yet, so no one's been smart enough to wake me up to that yet on my defense replays. Oh yeah, in the Shield Gambit files, this is purely a dev oversight. It should not block it. Wow, dude, Shield Gambit is actually broken. That's hilarious. Watermelon's your favorite? Really? Oh. I want some. Oh, now I'm getting thirsty from all this talking. Jean. I'm gonna have some cherry, yeah. Alright, boys, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it a night here. Because I'm probably just gonna be sleeping until I get Alfred or someone to show up. Alfred or Vale. And I gotta run to the bathroom. I want to get a drink. It's getting late anyway. I'm gonna end up going to bed pretty soon. So, hey, this was a fun chat. This was a fun night. What'd you say, Spokojnie? Spokojnie, my wife says. Spokojnie. Spokojnie. Spokojnie, my wife says. Anyway, I'm heading out. This has been a fun chat. We'll see y'all around. Take it easy.